Welcome on in, everybody, and welcome to our GENESYS game that happens every Sunday at 8 p.m. I am Noble Crumpet, variety streamer with a focus on tabletop games, art, and video games. Let's get into it, shall we? Hello, everybody. Let's unmute our friends and do a recap.
Making cute quips and...
You're unmuted now.
Great.
Oh, dear.
No, I was just checking in on what Nolly was doing last session for like context and stuff.
Making cute quips. Yes, exactly. That's exactly what you were doing.
Yeah, I love it.
But yeah, I just did the welcome, but we are back for our GENESYS Embers of the Imperium game. Does anybody want to do a recap? Especially for our
yeah, I'll take care of that.
Nolly that wasn't here last week. Also, Shepard will not be joining us this week because Allie is getting ready for Emerald City Comic-Con next week, which I will also be at. So find us there, I suppose. Anyway, who wants to do a recap? Hell yeah. I nominate Shane.
Oh gosh. Okay. We got into the barony place, and then we got interrogated, well, quote unquote interrogated by some customs agents. They wanted to take a look around the ship, but instead of, letting them just go all about, we made a side deal with them to let them take one box, pay them a smaller fee, and they would just wave us into there. Thraz is happy about that.
Yep.
Then we get in, we're waiting for something, I forget what it was, but then we find out one of the admirals had flagged Gervald because the admiral is actually his brother.
Nani?
And then some details pursued that I can't remember right now.
Yeah, you guys, talked. Gervald handed some information over to the Admiral, unbeknownst to most of you guys. Sin got onto the hauler, because you guys arrived at the Letnev planet before your quarry arrived, which is carrying a key to a ancient Lazax vault built by the Winu on Arc Prime. So Sin hopped on that hauler and is currently on the back of it, stealthed, using their covert infiltration skin, and you guys were given a fancy schmancy living arrangement, according to the Admiral. So that's right where we pick up, right where we leave.
We were also sternly warned to not cause any trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, the thing that you are specifically here to do, cause trouble. It's gonna have to happen.
There's gonna be a kerfuffle.
There's gonna be at least one shenan, maybe one more again, but
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
let's not get ahead of ourselves. So, you guys, most of you guys, sans Sin, are taken down into the underground. You are staying in Hollow Heights, which is the main residential tower in Farouk City. Again, Farouk, the only outward-facing city on the entire subterranean planet of Letnev, the planet with no sun and tons of pollution. You were taken to a fancier living quarters, which surprisingly are not up, but actually down. You are taken to Hollow Tertia, which is the bottommost area. Kraz's token is already there. If you want, you can take your tokens and place them out, so we can figure out where everybody is. I just don't want to personally place them out, because then they might not be selectable, because Roll20 is temperamental. So feel free to do that at your leisure. And if you don't know how, you can drag it from the journal. You guys are taken down to Hollow Tertia, where there is a... Hollow Tertia's halls are large black walls with tiny red lights that kind of fill the space. You can see there are banners, but it's hard to see what's on them unless you have the Letnev's very sensitive eyes. Most of the banners are just their iconography strewn about the hallways. There are some strange plants that are potted nearby. They look more like fungi than plants, if you had to be honest. You're taken to a room with large doors and are brought inside to a penthouse suite that is filled with lush, plush furniture that doesn't have too many decorations at all. It's a very minimalist setup here. But there's plenty of amenities. Anything that you could imagine might be in a penthouse would probably be found here, although blockier, dim red light, and probably made of shiny black material.
So modernism meets brutalism?
Modern brutalism, brutal modernism, whatever you want to call it.
Seems like the whole place is a prison
Great.
cell that also has a kitchen.
Oh no, it's supposed to look like that.
Okay.
Yeah, this isn't like a double blind or whatever. This is, what's it called? This is, comparatively nice living arrangements. So, what do you guys do while you're here? And then we'll immediately move to the sin question.
Okay, so even Thraz is not with us, so like I was wondering like
That's true. Thraz did say he was going off after getting like the address or something, so he is probably elsewhere. But he could probably be accessed via comms if you need to talk to him.
so I guess I have two questions. Basically, what I'm thinking is this: either we use this as a downtime to purchase something. However, far as I know, Yara did detect that the shipment has arrived. So I'm kind of curious about the urgency, like the timeline of the urgency of the timeline of the events that has so far happened. Like, do you have time to buy one thing, type of deal?
You probably don't have time to buy anything. It's
Okay,
probably just a bit of talking to each other, but you'll probably have some time before Sin makes any headway. In fact, maybe to get a better idea of how much time you have, we should just go to Sin. It's also the more exciting thing going on right now.
Yeah.
Which, unfortunately, means that I have to go over to another map.
Change screen.
All right. As you guys observe your new living space, toss your gear around, you guys have been like trying to contact Sin repeatedly, and eventually we make contact. And Sin, you are on the hauler. You're being led through the streets through their little transport tubes. The tubes become more open in the lower areas, but they do become closed to facilitate tower-to-tower travel. And for a while, it's fine. But you seem to be getting led in circles a bit, almost. And then after several long minutes of travel, you see several mono-rides suddenly all kind of like pile in around the hauler. Mono-rides are like hover motorcycles, for reference. Each of them has a Letnev riding it. They have dark helmets, and they kind of just look at each other, and they're going to have to make a check to perceive you. So here's the situation. All right.
I think they have a something. They have a black die
Yeah.
to attempt to perceive me.
Yeah, definitely double check that. But we will do a roll to try to perceive you. Oh, of course, I always have to remember how to play this goddamn game every time this comes up. I'm like, what do? I open the Game Master sheet. It's never quite open.
A peek behind the curtain.
Okay, so what is your stealth?
They add 2 black squares to any attempt to perceive me while the armor skin is the covert armor skin is activated.
Okay, and what is your stealth in terms of green and yellow dice?
2 yellow, 2 green.
All right.
2 of each.
With 2 additional successes added on while the thing is activated.
That's okay. That will not apply here because they are trying to perceive you.
Okay.
Let's do... Okay, they don't have perception. Perception, though, is... cunning? Is that right? I think that's right.
Perception is cunning. They could also do vigilance.
Yeah, but they're going to do cunning. Okay, so they're going to do that. They have some assistance because they're all checking the vehicle. I'm going to give them 3 boost dice. I don't know how this is going to go. Oh, I'm also going to use a story point. Why not?
Stop using things.
Shit!
There's how many of us? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's only 5 of us today, so there are only 6 story points to go around. Something that I didn't really think about. All right.
Yeah.
Oh. So they failed. They failed to see you, Sin. I'm gonna remove all of these. They line up. They start circling around the hauler, and they start signaling each other using some strange, sign language while they're on their bikes. Each of them seems to have a, blaster pistol or some kind of weapon on them, like some one-handed weapon. They close in on the vehicle, and then they continue to ride it to its location, to its final destination. They ride off, and they arrive at a distant warehouse in the industrial district. The hauler opens into this, building, and the thing closes behind them as they all get off of their mono rides and then start circling the hauler. They start talking to each other in the native Letnev tongue. I don't think anybody
Which
speaks...
I do not understand.
Yeah, most people don't speak each other's languages in this unless they've specifically trained in it. They start speaking in what is identifiably Russian. Stroy, what's over there? Or whatever. And
Very cheeky greedy of you.
Destroyable Lipton.
Lipton.
I took Russian and I learned 2 words. But anyway.
Was it cheeky and breaky?
No,
You
it was
love
do.
Gay.
It was
It was do
thank
and
you and
Haas.
something else.
Oh wait, that's German. Dumbass.
Idi nahoi.
They're one of the
Блядь.
They're one of the evil U.S. villains, Germany and Russia. Those are the 2 U.S. villains. I guess China counts, but it has to be a triad. Okay, Sin. I should give you the opportunity to do something. It looks like they are settling in here.
Okay, I'm going to very quietly whisper into the comm bead, "They've arrived. We're in this district." And I give them general location and coordinates.
Can I pinpoint it using the tracker?
I mean, you can know the direction.
Oh. I was hoping to match it up to some sort of map or something.
It was mostly used for tracking, over long space distances. It tells you the cardinal direction towards it.
We have Jack Sparrow's compass. We don't have coordinates.
You need to triangulate in order to have a coordinate.
Yep. Alright, Sin. They start moving around. They open up the back of the hauler. They shine their flashlights around inside. Their whatever a flashlight is in this universe. Shining lights throughout the car.
Mm-hmm.
They shout one word, "Graz!" Then they close the hauler and get on their mono rides and head off. I'm going to need you to make a vigilance check.
Okay.
This is... Hold on, I need to get rid of the ability dice. This is going to be difficulty 3, but I'm going to give you a boost die because you are completely hidden. Okay, 2 advantages. Interesting. Alright. These guys are hopping on their mono rides. Are you doing anything?
I kind of want to wait until... Like, I know that the thing that we're tracking is underneath here. I don't... I don't think it's worth trying to follow these guys. So I'd probably just, once the area is clear, go and find another hiding spot nearby where I could spy eventually where they're going to take this key.
Okay. So 2 advantages can get you an extra maneuver. I can let you do that. Or I could just perhaps allow you to get a boost on whatever your next action is. What would you like?
I think next action would probably be to... So I can do 3 maneuvers now without invoking strain, correct?
You just get a free maneuver now out of turn.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Oh wait, no. This is in fact your maneuver doesn't cost strain. Still maximum 2.
Okay, still max 2. So going to hop off and I guess move over here.
Okay. You move over there. That's good. The Letnevs all get on their mono rides and open the garage telescoping doors and flee.
Uh-oh. I don't like that they're fleeing.
After waiting a few seconds, nothing else seems to happen. This warehouse looks abandoned.
Fabulous. Yara, Commander Gervold?
Come in.
They've arrived. The hauler is... It's in a warehouse in the industrial district. They've recently left. Is there anything in particular you'd like me to do?
I guess if you can confirm that the hauler has the goods, if it's safe. If it's not safe, don't worry about it.
Secure perimeter. We'll be on our way on our own hauler. Keep us posted of any updates. And I think we should just take a ride because we rented like a vehicle beforehand, right?
Yeah, I think the only other thing I do is check to see if there was a driver in there.
Yes. The driver left with one of the mono riders. As well as their, side guard. I just didn't have them out.
That's fair. Okay, so I'm doing 2 things. 1, checking the perimeter and checking the area and making note of any particular interesting things.
Okay, we'll call that a perception check.
Okie doke.
And I will set the same difficulty. You are good to go.
Yeah. May I use a story point to upgrade this check?
You absolutely can.
Please do.
I
have given you the upgrade.
Doke. Where the hell is it? There it is.
Okay, 2 success, 1 threat. You gain 1 strain, and you gain 1 strain because you've noticed a new red light that is blinking beneath the hauler.
Okay.
Damn you, Hitchcock and your bomb.
You have maybe a few seconds.
Oh, underneath the hauler, so I should get the fuck out. I'm going to flee.
You can take 2 strain if you want another action.
Do a little maneuver.
Yeah, I think that's wise.
I mean, did they spend their maneuver already?
Yeah,
Was
I did.
one to get over in their action?
I mean,
was
I
to-
got my free maneuver, and then I used an action, so if I wanted to do another maneuver, I would have to do strain, so...
Oh, no, wait. You can do a second maneuver without strain because of that advantage that you got.
Oh, okay.
So you did 1 move. You did your action, which was perceive. You can now do another maneuver without spending strain.
Okay, so remind me how, if I move there, like, how does movement work again?
Ooh.
I
I guess technically you've moved 2 spaces already. If you were in here. So I
Yeah.
suppose that is fine. I'm going to need you then to make a... Let's do a coordination check.
Okie doke.
And we're going to call this... we'll say difficulty... 2 red, 1 purple.
I would like to use another story point.
That's fair.
Because the inspiration of red equals bad has hit hard. So
I like
Red-
that you were like, ooh, a red light? That's interesting, DM. I should go closer to that. Wait a minute. Hold
Red
on.
equals
You know what this,
significant.
you know what this is? This
Not
is the
always
Hatsune-
good.
This is the Hatsune Miku was like, whoa, pipe bomb. Whoa, so cool. And then it blows up.
Okay, you are set. Okay, 2 successes. You leap away from the hauler as it explodes. Kerblooey. Wait, I should have something for this. Surely I have something for this. There we go. Explosion noise. There is a explosion as the hauler rips itself apart. You leap behind some boxes nearby, which take most of the blast. You are totally fine. And unscathed, which is good. Very, very good.
Yara? It exploded. The hauler exploded.
There's no okay. So I don't. The thing is, I feel like if we got a beat on a tracker, we could tell that the package isn't there anymore. But we're too far away to track it right now.
You
The
guys are too
tracker
far
beacon
away.
has disappeared.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to figure out. All right, so it's obvious that it's gone right now.
Yeah, Nolly's been like visibly fidgeting this whole time, and then when the explosion comes over the combi, she's like, "Are we going to do something to save Sin?"
I think we need to figure. Since Sin responded, I think we have to track what happened to the package.
I'm all right. But I don't... They wouldn't have just destroyed the key. I think we've been had. This might have been a decoy.
Yeah, we need to locate them. Any
Yeah, and you
idea
need
where
to
they
get
went?
out of there.
I am doing so.
Sin,
Skin
you
is skedaddling.
understood. You take a quick glance at the wreckage, but there's not enough wreckage there for there to have been something inside of the hauler. You think that they must have just put the transmitter beacon inside of it. And, like you said, probably a decoy. You rush for the exit, hoping that nobody else is nearby. Now let's go
Yep.
back to the other map. Hooray! So, you are currently, can take your Karamacatur and put you down near, let's put you near the Navy dry dock. Is down here. You are in a factory on this level, a warehouse on this level. It's been completely abandoned for probably renovations or something. Someplace nobody would mind a exploded hauler. The rest of you are still in Hollow Tertia.
And all we have is a basic idea of where Sin was from what they said before.
Yes.
But that's also not where you want to go.
Yeah, this is why I was saying I want to try and see if there's a way to find a map, because, depending, maybe there's, a way to see what roads are close by or something. Sin, did you see any direction they were going?
You only saw them leave the warehouse.
I only saw them leave the warehouse. There were approximately 5 of them speaking the native tongue, and they were on these bicycle things with motors. I don't know.
Would you be able to describe them so we could do a lookup for the visuals of them? I'm gonna log on to the web here.
Okay, you're
Going
gonna
online.
gonna go on the web and looked up bike helmet and Letnev guy.
And find the
So-
Reddit thread about good bike helmets.
So Sin, you can attempt a knowledge check, but this is going to be a knowledge culture, and it's going to be daunting because
Yeah.
you do not know anything about this place.
Would Gervault be able to like help if she was really descriptive?
Gervault could assist, so I will give
Yeah.
Sin 1 boost die, but I will not allow Gervault to do this check.
That's fair.
Yeah, no.
This is like somebody describes something and he happens to know.
This is a Hail Mary. I have 2 green. I don't know if I can even make this check.
Hey, we've rolled 0 stuff before, so... But this is not one of those days.
Nope.
It's fine. The threats will do nothing. I will just say that you could not identify them. They weren't... they deliberately didn't have any identifying gear. Perhaps that is a way to help identify them, that they aren't uniformed guards. They were wearing all black, opaque helmets. The only one that you could see is the driver, and they were just a nondescript Letnev guy.
Can
Okay.
All these humanoids look the same to me.
As a person who's native to it, is there any kind of like a major like vulnerable areas? Because like it came in a hauler. Like even if it's a decoy, it was still like when we transported to them, it was on a hauler. So it can't be something that's small. So there's got to be some kind of like a major transport needed. Is there any kind of like major the transit center or
Basically, big road. That's why I was trying to do a map.
big location or something that's like nearby that's vital, like a military base or whatever?
The biggest landmarks are listed on the map in front of you.
Okay, so it's not much help in that way.
It's like the board you see at the mall.
Yeah.
Can
When we're
I?
at the
I can tell you that there aren't really transportation hubs. There are mostly just landmarks around which these like grid-like pipes like circumnavigate. The landing bay does have like it has these tubes that finger out into the rest of the city. That's one of the only areas that could be considered a transport hub, as well as perhaps Gridhold itself, which is a fortress. So traffic goes through it, but doesn't usually stop there unless they're on business.
Could someone else try and make the knowledge culture check? Like, could I use my adaptable to try and make the check again, or would you rather it be a different check?
I'm going to say that only Sin was allowed to make the check because they were the only ones that saw them.
That makes sense.
So do we know what all these places are then? Because I know this is kind of like a weird setup map, but
So
like,
Gervault is able to identify most of the major landmarks. You guys can access a map of the city that will show you pretty much what I'm showing you here, except it, is better and maybe has 3 dimensions. But these are the large, important areas. The only things that are really different from the last time Gervault was here, because that could be useful information. Letnet was a smaller company before, and now they own a whole building. So they seem to have grown from what was noticed here last time.
Okay.
because I'm trying to. There's a little bit of a logic puzzle thing that in character you'd be able to figure out in terms of like they wouldn't be going down a small dirt road into a minor alley unless like basically there's only so many places a big thing could physically get to is what I'm saying. Is there any way
I'm
to use that?
potentially wondering this.
Most of the
Since
pipes
we're
are
at the-
able to facilitate the travel of trucks because trucks need to get everywhere. There aren't really
Okay.
any dirt roads here unless they're like
And
in
no
a
small side
mining
street type
field
things.
or something.
And there isn't
So,
like small side street
What
stuff.
I'm thinking is that the because this was located on the Navy dry docks and the thing needs to be shipped, thing needs to arrive in the port. Do we have any we have identification of the ship that it came on? Maybe we could reverse search from there.
You could try a reverse search.
Hey, Letnev culture operates on strict discipline and timing. I'm sure if we got down onto the streets and asked people, they'd be able to recognize if there was a truck that came through that wasn't at one of the normal delivery times.
All right, you know what? Asking the dry dock officials might be pretty worth it.
I think Nolly would like to get out there and do, kind of a streetwise check and try and
Let's
chat with various dregs of society about any unusual trucks that would have come through certain places.
All right. Yes. Let's maybe perhaps get into what I wanted to do this session.
Yes.
Because we did need to see where that where the hauler lead went before we actually get into it. So I'm gonna do a bit of a Blades in the Dark today, which you don't really need to worry about much of what it is, but the only things I'm gonna need from you guys are to gather some information regarding how you're going to find a job to do here. That job being like get the key to the vault, maybe find the vault, maybe find somebody like the people that are behind this sort of heist, if we're going to call it that. And once you have enough information, then you're going to choose a plan of attack, and then we're just going to go ahead and do this. We'll use the Blades in the Dark term. We'll do this score. So anyway, Nolly, you're going to gather information. We'll call this a streetwise check.
You got your Blades in the Dark in my Genesis.
You got my Genesis and your Blades in the Dark.
That's actually what I need to do. I need to figure out a thing from Genesis to bring into Blades.
There's not much. Maybe the hacking rules.
There's something.
I don't know.
There's something structural that could be good. I'm sure. Anyway.
Yes.
Streetwise,
I'm going to say it's difficulty 2, but I'm going to upgrade the difficulty because you are a human asking around a Letnev area. Also, you are a child.
All right. Yeah. Oh, fair.
All right. You are all set.
Okay.
All right. That's a lot of advantages. How can we utilize that in a social encounter? 4 of them. You can deliver a critical mark. You can stun some guy into submission.
It's sick.
Stun some minion dude.
People are like, what? You're not doing your jobs?
I mean, could we say I successfully conceal? No, that's conceal the true goal. Never mind.
Yeah.
Maybe would learn desire or fear? Would that teach us if the person I'm asking is afraid of the Letnev, Letnet or something like that? Would that give us useful information?
I think that it could. It could. Because it's like a weird partial thing. Let me pontificate on that for not pontificate. Percolate.
No, go ahead and pontificate. No. Percolate first and then pontificate.
A percolificate. Is it desire or fear? Is that what it was? Yeah.
Yeah, I was just kind of riffing on what was available.
All right. Well, in the meantime, other people come up with an idea for how you want to gather information on this situation. 'Cause it's going to take me a second here.
I personally want to get to the public hangars and try to get access to the ship logs or something, or access to the ship. If I can coerce my way through my military rank.
We can also say, because Sin knows the ID number for the hauler that he was on, that was there another one that was taken out at the same time?
That is a cool idea. You did get that information. All right. So I'm going to say from your thing, Nolly, you don't find any specific streetwise stuff as to cars coming at the wrong time. It's a huge city. There's not really anything that can that could direct you in the right direction. But you do recognize that the There is a goal at work underneath the surface of this city. It seems that people are upset with the rule of the barony and are more than willing to perhaps shelter or provide aid to the Union if they are on the dregs of society. So I'm going to say that you have kind of discovered one faction's goal.
Gotcha.
Gervald hates the Union, though, right?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
he hates those
Yeah.
guys.
I've discovered who has the support of the people, though.
Yes.
At least the dregs of society.
Yeah, the people.
All right.
If you can consider them people. Ah.
So Sin, do you want to go back to your allies first, or go back to the landing bay?
Well, I'd probably go back to the landing bay first because it's closer
Sure.
and see what I could figure out there.
Okay. We will then call this. Well, actually, I'll ask you. What kind of check do you want to do to uncover this information?
I
'Cause there
either
are
want to.
it would probably be a social kind of thing, or if you want, you could try and get into like a computer stealthily. I suppose that's an option too, but it's up to you.
I'm either gonna go for stealing the information off of somebody's desk because that worked out well the last time, or hold on, what is? I can open locks. I can try and intimidate someone.
Oh, of course.
I'm a ghost. Ooh.
I'm tall and kind of weird and off-putting, so that might... You know what? I don't know, if honey doesn't work, I'll go with vinegar and try sneaking, but for now, I'm at least going to look for someone with sparklies on their uniform like Gervalt has, and ask them that I need to know where the other ship is for this transport.
All right. Let's see. Okay, I'm just double checking what Letnev can do for their socials. All right, you find some such dude. We'll say that there's a lady in front of like one of those sort of airport screens. She seems to be in charge and probably would know things that would be on a computer. So you could go and possibly approach them.
Okay, I shall do so. Does she look like she's official military, or if she's a grunt sort of person?
She looks like she is an official working here at the landing bay.
Okay, cool. Salutations.
How can I help
How
you
may
today?
I address you?
You may address me as I go and search for my name list. I'm sure
That's such
I
an
have a
interesting
name.
name.
My name is Elixis Elzana Kiralel, and how can I assist you today?
Hello. I am looking for a transport. Two were rented from this landing bay, from a shipment that was delivered. I am supposed to meet the other truck. I ended up in another hangar because I was on the wrong transport. Please, if you could help me.
All right.
They are expecting me.
That sounds like deception, my friend.
Yes, it is.
All right. Let's find a character that this works for. Okay, good. I knew I had like a generic corporate character here. Okay.
Excellent.
So, I'm going to call this a deception check. You are good to go. Ooh.
If I can't
Oh.
be good, I'll take lucky.
Oh, I see. I was not fully scrolled down. I saw Nolly's other roll. I was like, ooh. But, yeah, great. 2 successes. The woman there says, well, that is quite unfortunate. I will see what I can do. Do you know what your flight number was?
All I have is the ID info for the transport I mistakenly was on. Please hurry, I do not want to be late. And I give her the license plate number for where I was. It was the other one.
Well, I need to know what flight you came in. I can't just give out this information willy-nilly. They're going to try and come back at you, I suppose.
Okey-doke.
What is your... We'll call this negotiation. So let's just do your negotiation.
Okay, 2 green.
2 green. Perfect. They add a thing to this. They are Letnev. They're going to automatically generate 1 threat as they do this.
Okay.
Ready. Okay. So they get 1 threat, which cancels out that advantage, so nothing happens for you.
Okay. Do I have the flight number of where I landed? Because we were tracking this ship, so would I have that information?
One of your partners might have that information. Might be able to access it anyway.
Excuse me, one moment. And I ring, Commander.
Yes.
Oh, pardon me, Commander Govalt Wanda Sakurai. May I please have the flight information for our friends that I'm supposed to be meeting?
I'm gonna scramble. Like, do you actually have their access information? Because I'm not sure if you do.
You do not. You do not have it on hand.
Yara, time to hack. Somebody, please.
I mean, am I allowed to hack it? Because there's a... is this allowed? Like, sometimes it's hard to tell what I can get into.
You could certainly try. These are also just records. They might be, like, more easily accessible.
So easier difficulty?
Oh, how about this? You know, like the like flight records get tracked for like airports and such. We know what time they arrived. It blipped on our signal.
Yes.
So
the
look at
arrival
the
time
schedule
was
sheet.
this.
Okay.
I'm sure we can reverse search from there.
We could call that another negotiation as well. Oh, sorry, are you just telling that to Yara?
Oh, I'm telling that to...
Okay, to buy time and stuff.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yara should be looking it up.
Yeah, if you want me to, I could use that also probably make it easier to find it more quickly too. Do you want me to? Can I do a computer check for this?
Yes. We will call this we will call this an easy difficulty. We'll call this easy difficult to get access to the system. Also, Gurvault after this. Actually Gurvault before this.
Oh.
Gurvault, make a vigilance check. You are good to go.
Oh boy. Vigilance. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Womp womp.
Okay, 3 threat. That's interesting. That is cool beans. All right.
I hate beans.
Yara, you're good to go with your computers check.
Okay. There's no. I can remove 2 setback dice, by the way, if you added any.
There are none as
Cool.
of yet. Oh, okay. A triumph and a threat. This is fantastic. This is a good result. You take 1 strain. You access the system, and you start fiddling around in the records.
I used the time they told me to have it probably find it more easily since I can filter.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that you easily find the flight number, and you give it to Sin. And then you notice something odd. You're seeing some signs here that there's like an extra kind of set of tags that are pulled off on that are like attached on each of your commands that you did not put there. This is not a secure line. Your network is being surveilled.
Can I basically, set up a proxy?
You can certainly try, but let's go back to Sin. Right, Sin, you have the flight number? I will...
Yes, here's the flight number.
Very well. I suppose I can give this to you. He starts looking around and... What is your name? I need to make sure that you're on the manifest.
Would I be able to pull up that?
Oh no. I'm going to I did talk to one of the Leaden Union members. So see if the captain can you put the name can be pulled up.
Hold on, let me look at the notes.
I mean, you could always have a flashback and say that you like put them into the queue.
You also do recall that you killed a Union member that did announce their name before they were killed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes. I used that Stooge's name.
Sure. I'm going to eat one
And
of your
they
story
pull-
points for that.
And they pull up a picture of a Letnev. Hmm.
Okay.
Hey, just keep on faking till you make it, or can't.
I mean, that's what story points are here for, right?
You don't look like a Letnev.
I did pull one from you, so I'm just going to...
I got new armor.
Sorry.
It's okay, it's 3-3 now. Alright, so I'm going to have her attempt a coercion check on you here. What is your discipline?
3 green.
3 green. Got it. Where did this person go? They don't have coercion. But they're gonna add, what is it, a success to their roll? Yes, they add +1 success when they're coercing.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is gonna be coercion's willpower, which is 2. Great. Okay, they got 2 successes, so they're gonna inflict 2 strain on you, Sin.
Okay.
But they also got 3 threat.
If they have a free success.
They have a free success, yeah, because they're Letnev
nice.
and they're coercing. All right. You learn one of their desires or fears. Interesting. You want to know their desire or their fear? Actually, I'm going to give you their desire.
Okay.
Their desire is legacy. They wish to leave something behind.
Okay.
You could also call it fame, probably.
Yes. I'm thinking about how to work this then.
That's fine. Why don't we go to Yara? Yara,
yeah.
you've discovered that you are not on a secure line. That's interesting. You tell anybody?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I should. The talking's a free action or incidental or whatever it is in this?
Totally incidental.
All right, I let them know that I gotta put up something or we gotta get off the line soon. You want me to? And I guess ask Graval. This isn't a secure search, by the way. Should I put up a firewall or something, or should I just get off the thing?
You should just abort. Firewall's too late.
Wait, so we shouldn't say secret stuff?
Well, I mean, they're probably tracking the room. I just meant my searches are being tracked as well. I could try and set up a proxy, something.
Actually, I guess I'm curious. Is being tracked normal, like pinged off of something, or is is unusual because
Is
they-
this some Patriot action or?
Well,
they
I
think
mean,
we're
if this is like the
terrorists?
Chinese internet, you're probably expected to have some tracking. That's why all I
Exactly.
could really
So,
do is set up
how
a proxy.
How normal is it to be detected like
How
this?
normal is this surveillance? This surveillance is direct surveillance. Like, it isn't just a passive one.
Okay.
Somebody is
like-
actively surveilling you, Yara.
Damn it, we've been
Okay.
marked. Abort.
I mean, I guess maybe can I just like figure out the depths of it? Like, are they tracking? I guess is it like my whole system's compromised, or is it just my access to the network type thing? You know,
Your
what
access to the network.
I mean? So then, yeah, at least maybe maybe I can try and set up a proxy, like set up like a randomized
Oh, you're
sort
not
of thing.
aborting.
Yeah, I'm not gonna abort. I'm a hacker, whatever.
Okay.
So I guess I want to try and set up like a, just basically set like an autopilot, set up a proxy and set up an autopilot so it's like tracking the wrong thing.
Okay. Well, you are in the system right now. That's fine. That's all fine and good.
So I guess the way to do this would be to disconnect and then reconnect with a fake one type thing.
That's one way to do it. What is your computers?
3
greens?
three yellows, and I do also have a
3
talent which
yellows.
removes 2 setback dice.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Nothing. You can continue. So you want to set up a proxy. You can attempt to do so. It's going to require a... Call it a difficulty 4 check. You can go.
All right.
Computers.
Yep. Let's just check on something. I should have reprogrammed my familiar. All right. Yeah, that's not going to be helpful.
Whoa! That's a lot of results.
This is the
Damn.
hacker man thing where I'm sweating, but I'm getting the job done.
All right.
Heart
I got a
palpitations,
triumph.
bracket
Got a triumph, so
successful.
this is changes shit, but
You
I
did.
got a lot of threats.
You did. You sure did. Okay. Well, falling prone is not a good thing for you to get with that threat, so that would be funny. But,
Just slip in their own sweat puddles.
okay.
Yours, what is it? Our species can sweat even if dogs can't.
Yes, sure. We'll say that. So you got a triumph. You have successfully set up a proxy. So it is... You can access the network freely without people tracking your searches. However, you have also alerted whoever was tracking you guys. Whoever was surveilling you guys you will not be able to use this again on the same person twice, but you have locked them out of your system.
So I guess, all right.
Yeah, you can access the net. It's just that if you try this again, like perhaps on another device or try it on the same device, then it will not work.
When you say it will not work, you mean setting up a proxy? I'd have to do a different sort of thing.
You'd have to do something else, yes.
Okay.
All right. Zaldenrock, Nolly, you guys, what are you guys doing while this is going on?
Yeah. While this is going on, Nolly's kind of like still fidgeting and be like, I don't like all this computer stuff. We need to go do something. We need to save Sin.
I tend to agree.
All right, Zaldenrock, you and me, we're going to go find her.
All right, let's go.
him or they, or the ghost.
The robot.
Yes,
Yes. Shepard perks up.
it's also good to get a handle on our surroundings as well. We are in a new place.
I will go
Alright.
with the bird and the child to protect them. They are smaller and not as strong.
Okay, but with less sass.
I do not have sass in my voice. I will follow you. Shepard gets up and starts robotically walking with you guys.
Okay.
Gervalt,
All right.
3 of your party members walk out of the room.
All right.
Don't get into shit.
Alright, bye. Alright, Sin. Back to you, bud.
Everybody's still got comm beads, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we're good.
I think you bought comm beads specifically when you left.
Yeah, I'm
This
pretty
mission.
sure everybody got it.
Okay. So, do I have the license plate number and the location for the next thing, or is she going to make me work for it more?
So, what she has done is, she has inflicted a bit of strain on you, because she has said, this identity
Oh, right.
says that you're supposed to be Letnev. Pardon me, but you don't appear to be Letnev. I would know.
That is fair. I am Cruz. We do not have names and identities like organics do.
So how do you make up for this discrepancy here?
That is who I am following. That is who I am under orders of.
Oh, okay.
There's quite a significant undertaking that I am due to assist with. It is
Okay.
important.
Oh. Alright. I'm gonna give you 2 boost dice on this. And we'll call this, because you're kind of like pseudo pulling rank on them, but you are deceiving them though. I'll allow leadership or deception, just because leadership doesn't come up enough.
I am definitely going to be lying because
That's fair.
There
Alright.
you go.
That is a success. Cool beans. And 3 advantages. What does 3 advantages give you?
Can I heal some of my strain?
You've successfully concealed your true goal in the encounter. That seems like a useful one.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. Yes, do that.
Alright. Cool. So, you inflict another strain. They're now at a point where they're willing to compromise. They've lost half of their total value, which is 8.
Okay.
Alright, look. I can get this information from you, but I need to make sure that I am recognized in your endeavors. I need a recommendation to your superior, and repeats the name again.
Okay. Understood.
You can get me
Is
that
there-
assurance, then I will give you this information. Because I cannot legally give you this information, as you are not this person.
Very well. And I sort of, I bow. And it's creepy and weird and flowy, and he's very tall. And puts on the comm bead and says, Master, this name has helped us greatly in our mission objectives.
Alright.
I am making a show of calling Gervalt.
Alright.
I'm gonna what? He wants what? He wants a treat? Wants a cracker?
I'm gonna have Gervalt attempt a deception check.
All right. Oh boy, I'm not good at that.
Sin hands over the comm bead for confirmation.
Okay. Before I even start, I'm gonna use a story point.
That sounds like a good idea. I have applied your upgrade. Unless this is for something else.
No, deception. Okay,
All right.
I'm not good at. All right, I can roll it. Yes.
Okay, you take one strain. You weren't expecting to need to talk to people or lie today, but they believe you. It's good to have served in the effort, whatever that effort might be. Here's the flight number, and here is the other truck that left off of the ship.
Thank you kindly. Your efforts and your contribution will not be forgotten.
Of course. I don't know where they were headed, but that identification should get you somewhere.
Sin bows again and flutters off.
They skip, their veils billowing in the wind amidst their Creusian gas leeches.
I waft off.
Sure, you waft off. You, off.
Yes.
Yes, welcome back. Alright. We will say Sin probably takes some time to arrive back.
What about the others who were trying to meet up with them?
Nolly, Shepard, Zaldenrock. You hear this thing resolve. You haven't gotten far. You've gone into your immediate area. There's Sepulchre Square, which is that area with the graveyard beneath your feet with the eerie glowing light and the slums surrounding it. You're outside of a towering hospital, the Farouk Hospital, and some large, opulent-looking building that looks rather busy called Estate Assignment. On the other side of the building is the beginning of the entertainment sector, a dense area filled with screens that are constantly bombarding you with, well, mundane, sans-serifed text. There are no pictures. That's illegal in Letnev.
God, I
I
love
hate
this
it.
place.
You're bombarded.
Returned.
You're bombarded with stop sign type graphics.
Return
They
to
can't
tradition
even-
with a V, but the tradition is text-based RPGs.
I love clarity of text.
Wait, so they can't even, variety text? Because in those cases, they just all out try any text they could because it would still be legal type thing,
No. Comic Sans, death. Papyrus, death.
Serifs have been outlawed, but otherwise they can get as creative as they can with block texting.
Okay, what
and
about, like-
gratuitous use of the Letnev logo and your personal logo is allowed, so those do appear in advertisements.
What about geometric designs?
Geometric
That's
designs
That's
would
fucking
be-
wingding.
they would fall under logos.
Okay. So the logos are literally the only artistic thing in this whole place.
This is important world building.
I know.
Yeah, sure. So you guys haven't gotten far before you hear of Sin Salve's success. That was 3 S's together. You guys can do what you
Away.
want.
I say keep them in the field because we might want to go figure out where this is, if we can figure out a way to track it or find
Yeah.
it.
I would like to definitely scope out the area where apparently the vault is. Is that what our end goal is?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you guys don't know exactly where the vault is, but that might be useful information to gather.
Yeah, I want to at least find out where it is and get like an idea of what the perimeter is so I can know where I can like stake out. potentially.
Zaldenrock, in the entertainment sector, we'll perhaps say that you have, since the entertainment sector is like open to foreigners, a lot of the text is repeated from Letnev into the Univoca, which is the universal vocalizations, the common language. So you can scan these signs up there, and you see one kind of gray, mundane sign that shows the ordinary Letnev logo, and it is for a museum called the Musée Baranzin.
Huh. What's a museum?
It's a place where they keep old things that you can go in and see and look at.
Oh. So like people like Gerval?
Yes, they have him hanging up behind a glass.
You ought to
And
be
you
on
just look at
display.
Whoa.
And like the certain tribe of the Yordians called the British, other people's stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they usually say it's their shit.
Well,
Huh, that
it
does
might
seem nice.
have access to at least knowledge of where an ancient vault might lie.
You should perhaps check it out. Maybe the vault could be there, or we can get information up there.
Yeah, I like learning new things. Let's check it out.
Sure.
I will go as
Yes.
well. There is many things to learn.
Yeah, we'll find you a nice new boss.
If there is moss there, I will take it.
We will deal with the consequences of that later.
Perfect.
We'll learn a valuable lesson about thievery.
All right, let's have Zaldenrock lead
It's only
this.
okay if it's state sanctioned.
Zaldenrock, you head to the Musée Barenzen. This museum is a large, we'll call it, block. It's wider than many of the towers here. It looks like they didn't want to spend as much energy hauling these things up and down through a tower. So it is noticeably wider than most of the towers here. But it is otherwise an unassuming large cube with thin little red lines as windows, and an unassuming plain brutalist doorway with a plain text sans serif sign above it. You walk inside, and it kind of looks like your penthouse, except instead of furniture, there's just black marble plinths everywhere that have strange artifacts on them. Many weapons in the front hallway. Don't like that, but perhaps there's something more useful further in. You guys
What
start...
kind of weapons?
Oh, there's many types of weapons. You can see that there are some ancient sort of weapons.
I'm sure some like very fancy embellished dual poniards are in there.
Yeah, there is a history of like poniards. There is like proto beam weapons, projectile weapons that shot like these violent looking darts instead of bullets. But those have long been out of like use.
Sure, of course.
There's like a history of the discovery of plasma, in terms of weaponizing it, as well as information on their like most powerful like mechs that they build using these plasma-based weapons. They are incredibly destructive and melty and burny. It's glorious for the Empire.
It requires no precision. It's boring.
I'm gonna have you gather some information. This is gonna be using, well, I mean, we're here. Let's do knowledge lore. Because you're in the right area, I'm gonna give you 2 boost dice, because you're in the right place at the right time.
Okay, so is that just knowledge if I don't have the whatever
I mean,
the other thing
I
yes.
have knowledge lore. I'm with you. I could make the check if you want.
Oh, yeah.
But
I
I don't want to take away spotlight. But
It's under knowledge skills, right?
It is under knowledge.
All right, yeah, I just have knowledge, intelligence, 2 green.
2 green? And what was Nolly's?
Yeah.
Nolly has knowledge lore.
Okay. Well, we could have Nolly do this check then, and then Zaldenrock could do another check.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. We will set the difficulty, and I will still give you the boost dice.
Okay.
You can go. 2 success, 1 advantage. You can heal 1 strain if damaged. Oh, you are perfectly 1 damaged.
Wow.
Okay. You start looking around, and it does appear that there is a closing exhibit nearby. It is cut off with like tape and stuff, but you could easily walk around it, and there's not too many guards around. You look inside, and there's nothing but, like, empty plinths, and then, like, just labels left behind for what was there. But the hall that this was cleaned up from advertises as History of the Lazak's Occupation.
Yeah, Nolly starts kind of like commenting as her eyes narrow. Barony culture revolves around meritocracy. They value strength. They would not erase the history of one that they deemed so powerful in achieving so much. They might try to tuck it away, but they would not let it hide entirely.
Very well. You kind of look both ways and sneak inside. After some scant searching, you find the information that the die roll called for. There is, in fact, a Lazak's vault on Farouk. It was originally built in the Symok mines. It is a rather large vault, and you learn from the text that's there about its construction. It is a massive vault with a ship-sized keyhole. The key has since been lost to time, it says. You, of course, know different. It has been found since. The vault has never been opened. It was built by Winaran custodians that were brought to the Letnev planet when the Lazaks controlled the galaxy. And nobody knows what it houses. It notes that attempts at force have been abandoned because any attempt at force will cause a nuclear explosion, destroying the contents and whoever attempted to open it, and the nearby city as well.
Jesus Christ, what a failsafe.
Yeah, the Lazaks were, as they say, not fucking around. It says other Lazaks vaults have been opened on other planets that had found the crystalline keys required for their opening. Every single one of them has been worth its weight in ore, and some have contained entire fleets of ancient ships. Some have contained caches of valuable weaponry. Others contained historical, like, time capsules almost. But every single one has one thing in common. It contains technology that does not exist anymore today.
And
they are
wait a
valuable beyond calculation.
Our mission is to claim whatever in the vault, right? But what if it's something huge?
That is your problem.
I thought so.
You do not even know what these things contain. Nolly, that is the information that you've gathered. You know its location now. And I will put a marker on the map at some point.
All right, Nolly communicates this.
Interesting.
Well, we knew it would be something, but now I'm worried about its size and scope.
There it is.
Well,
It's
at
of
least-
utmost mission critical importance that we make it to this vault.
I mean, Gervald, are we technically under observation right now? Would we be even able to go, stake it out?
Well, it doesn't matter what we do if you're under observation regardless. We are still being observed.
Being under observation does not preclude one from staking a place out or moving indiscreetly.
I agree. I believe we need to check it out.
All right. So, are you guys doing anything else at the museum?
I didn't do a check. I don't here.
Yeah, think about something.
What would be a?
It doesn't even need to be here either, but I'm just saying you're here right now.
Right. But I feel like this museum is interesting to a point. What other sections do you think they have besides like the weapons and the wherever Nolly was?
The weapons seems to be a permanent structure in the museum, as well as the immediate history of Farouk. and
Yeah.
Farouk's kind of industry as a budding like mining city. It became a source of trade during the Lazak's rule because they, forced them to give Cymot crystals and duranium to the Lazaks as like tribute, practically. That is mostly the reason that Farouk even exists as a trade city. So that's a historical thing that's of importance. There's also note that the nearby Quan Belt, which you remember that being on the map, was named during a time when the when the Letnev controlled the Quan wormhole. It created a budding trade, like once again, it reinvigorated trade and created the mercantile section known as the Quan Belt, still today.
Do they have anything anywhere about Mahaktis?
They certainly might.
I look for that.
Okay. You want to maybe like spend a story point and say that they have it?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
You go ahead and spend that. Let's do I'll give you 2 boosts. And actually not 2 boosts, I'll upgrade it. Because it was a story point. And I will set the difficulty at 2. Make a knowledge lore check. Once again, just knowledge if you don't have it. Okay. You can heal 1 strain. They have an exhibit specifically talking about what little information they have about the Mahakt. It looks like there's not a lot. It's mostly just text-based, as well as astronomical, astronomical charts, like astrocartography, trying to search for the planet of Ixth, considered a holy site to the ancient Lazaks, supposedly. But it was discovered no less than, I think it was 7 years ago. The planet appeared in the middle of the galaxy, having torn open a hole in space and time. You were already privy to this knowledge. The knowledge that you gained is that they have the ability to how it's known. It is not known how they did it, but they were able to warp the genetic code of living beings, seemingly through magic. That is why their species has gained the nomer of sorcerer as a title. Their highest title is the Sorcerer King. But this information is from 30,000 years ago, from across the galaxy. So what information you have is quite limited. They don't know how they did this stuff. They just have these stories.
Right. They can seemingly manipulate the genetic code of other beings, not through touch.
Yeah.
Tricky bastard.
It's believed to be impossible, the museum goes on to say. Attempts have been made to replicate their magic sorcery, especially by the Yin Brotherhood, with their attempts at illegal cloning. But no such effort has ever been able to reach their level of technology. If it ever existed.
Right. Of course, it's all lies.
The end.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's lies. We've never seen them do that at all. There's no proof
not
they have
in front
this
of your
ability.
eyes.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Can Sin meet up with Nolly or Gervalt eventually soon? I don't know. It would be interesting to make him walk through this trauma dump of a museum as well.
I mean, yeah. We can assume that Nolly and Zaldenrock were reporting back to you as they explored the museum, and it took a long time to, search the entire museum for any relevant information. They basically took a day trip here.
Yeah.
So Gervalt
Music in
and
the
Yara can
background.
go off and do things. They can rejoin them. Sin can obviously come and join them as well when Zaldenrock maybe mentions that there's a Mahacht exhibit there. Maybe he says, oh, it kind of mimics like
Yes.
something we had. Sin arrives and sees Zaldenrock in front of like this ancient stone tablet, one of the few things that exists from that time period. It's completely eroded to shit, and many parts have been reconstructed from like hints and detecting of where the rock might be mathematically, like after or before it crumbled. It has been digitally reconstructed, and it's like a relief carving, and it does show these spiky crowned beings with billowing cloaks and eyes full of stars, pointing wands at creatures and changing them into a variety of other creatures.
Sin starts shaking and tries to, Nolly, come here. This is, you're a child early in your development. You shouldn't see something so horrible.
I don't like it. The idea of becoming something that's not me.
It's unpleasant. I won't let that happen to you.
I just want to be Nolly. I don't want to be anything else, okay?
Nolly is good. And Sin sort of brings you in for a hug. It's a little pokey because he's pokey, but he's trying.
Right.
All right.
Roll
But
to
you can
hug.
definitely tell that he's shaking.
I'm going to use a GM story point. I'm going to have both Nolly and Sin attempt, and Zaldenrock actually. We'll include him on this. I'm gonna need you guys to make. Where is this? We'll call it a discipline check. And you are good to go now.
Okay.
Oh, I got a nothing. Cool.
That's good. Okay. Most of you are fine. Nolly is not. Nolly, as Sin comes over and gives you their hug, you're looking at this tablet, and you kind of look into the carving's like starry eyes, like where its face should be, and something inside of you just starts to kind of wrench almost. I'm going to say that you take restrain.
Yeah, and like in the middle of this hug, Nolly sort of breaks out and says, Nolly is not fit for purpose. Nolly compromises the mission. This visit compromises the mission. We should leave now.
Sin is going to kneel in front of Nolly, who he thinks is Nolly, and is going to say, we can of course leave, but everything you are is just how it should be. Okay? It's important that you know that.
Nolly, the room kind of returns to normal. You felt like you were almost across the stars, like every cell in your body was like aching for something that it couldn't have. But you've returned to normal.
Does anybody else hear this through the comm beat, or were they off?
We were not reaching out, or at least Sin wasn't.
Yeah, I don't think they're
Yeah.
on all the
Yeah,
time
it
things.
wasn't.
They're active.
It's like a
comms.
touch your ear to talk kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you have to do the
it's-
spy thing. Otherwise, you might like hear somebody pissing or something. You never know.
Yeah.
Or whatever some of you species do. Whatever.
Yeah. At this point, Nolly kind of snaps back and blinks a little bit and is a little woozy.
Sin is going to
can we
open up
leave?
a compartment and bring out something very precious. It's a red, shiny candy wrapper with a candy still inside, and he's going to give it to you.
Oh, it's a
Whoa.
Lindor's.
No,
Sick,
it's
is
like
that
it's,
Simonim?
yeah. I was just about to say it's like a flaming hot cinnamon
How
candy.
old
Oh,
is
God.
Sin?
Uh-oh.
Secretly a
Is it
grandmother?
Butterworth?
Um,
Is it old lady hard candy?
Yes. Sin is secretly 100 and something.
The watermelon things.
Actually,
Sin is the real
technically,
grandparent.
no, it's more likely to be a cinnamon bomb or something strawberry based on where he got it.
Nice.
Awesome.
Okay.
Neat.
Nolly would love that, most likely being a child.
Yes.
Okay.
It is a new sensation that she has not felt before.
Yes.
The rations have been not great.
They have not felt that before at the ripe age of 17. Never
Yeah.
had cinnamon or a strawberry.
Never had spicy.
All right. Cool. That's cool. Zaldenrock.
It's
I will say that device that you got off of the Mahakt earlier, like that disruptor or disassembler
disassembler
wand,
rifle.
that bears a striking resemblance to the wand that this Sorcerer King is wielding. I'm going to say that you've completed one of your benchmarks.
Sick. All right. How do I?
There's nothing to track it. I would just write it down,
Oh,
maybe
it was
near your agenda.
Agenda. Okay, so benchmark.
I believe it's
Got
like
it.
1 of 4, unless you modify it somehow.
Yeah, I'm doing 1 of 4 because this is a longer campaign. That's what it suggests.
I think I just miss. I just want to make sure I'm not being completely dumb. The Mahakt are the pirates, right?
The
No, Mentak
No.
are the pirate.
the
Mentak
Mentak
are the
they're the
pirates.
other 2-syllable M starting faction.
The Mahawks were the original rulers of the galaxy then.
They were
Right.
the base original rulers before the Lazaks, preceding them by like 20,000 years.
Yeah. And what we fought was Mahawk technology somehow,
Yes, you've
Oh,
made that
Grunt.
connection at least from Zaldenrock's
which is the whole
investigation.
weird thing. Okay. We thought they were Mentaks initially, or what?
No,
No.
we knew they were Mohawk because it was just like the one that we didn't foresee was the fact that the Shikrai were being controlled by the Mahawk. That was something that was new. But in terms of the who's responsible, we never suspected the Mentak. Mentak are
Okay.
just pirates.
Yeah, the only reason that you guys knew that those were Mahawked, technically, was through Sin, because they have backstory reason to understand what a Crimson Legionnaire is.
Yeah, okay.
But the rest of you now have been kind of at least caught up to some of Sin's prior knowledge. If that makes sense.
Yes.
Which is great. Great.
Yeah.
Yara, Gervalt, what are you guys up to?
Should I just continue doing computery stuff? Maybe I could see if I can get security footage of that vault now that I know its location. Put some spyware on it.
You could certainly try, but that would be some sort of like secured network elsewhere, like some closed circuit thing. They probably wouldn't be connected to the net.
Could I use a story point to basically make like a USB, like a transmitter or something, so that they could plug it into the network over there?
If
I have
they could,
resourceful.
if they could find a way to do that, then perhaps, yeah, we. Okay.
Because it's not advanced technology. It's just particular technology, which should be within the realm of doable.
Okay. It'll take time to develop that, and I'd say it would require a check. But I'm gonna say that doesn't need a story point, because that's actually still following the logic.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say that's formidable. So difficulty 4. I'm gonna spend a story point just because I need to not hold on to them to upgrade the difficulty. Because you are unfamiliar with this network and are trying to avoid like surveillance, because you know that they're trying to surveil you, so you need to be cautious in the way that you set this up. So you can make a computer's check now.
All right. And remember, I can remove 2 setback dice because of knack for it.
Yeah, but this is an upgrade.
Okay. Here I go.
That is a mess. That is a
Yeah.
mess of things.
That's stuff is happening apparently.
That's symbols.
That's a symbol soup. Oh, look at all those lucky charms.
Don't the crit fail and the crit success cancel each other out?
Yeah, I was confused about that.
I don't believe they do. They cannot cancel each other out. Yeah, I believe that's how that works. They persist. So you succeeded. You've created this thumb drive that has essentially a transmitter so that if you plug it into their network, like if you can get over there and do it, then it'll transmit to your device.
I have a way into their network to do stuff.
Yeah.
We're getting arrested.
I mean, we were gonna get arrested either way. How are we gonna leave with the goods that belongs to your nation?
Exactly. Okay. I will say I will spend the 2 threat to kind of do a so one of the options for spending it for hacking is I know you. So they're going to recognize your code if the same people that are surveilling you recognize this device. So they're going to know it was you that did it if they figure out this thing. You succeeded though, so I mean that remains.
I just have to hope to never come here again.
Yes.
We don't need to use it yet. It's going to be when we need to get out of, shit's gone south and I need to access their system.
I'm also going to say that you have implemented a firewall on your device, because that is something you can do with a triumph. So you can make note somewhere, hopefully, that your thumb drive has a firewall, which is Strength 3. That is the game knowledge of it. Basically means that it's going to be difficulty 3 if somebody tries to get into your device.
Counter hack me.
Yeah, because there is more complicated stuff for hacking. We just haven't been doing it. Despair. Because we get to get the whole menu of this today with this serial of symbols.
Oh, I thought that was the despair already.
Oh no, that was the 2 threat. Interesting. I'm going to say that the despair is that they know that you have created a transmitting device. They don't know where you're going to use it. But they are still surveilling you, and they have discovered this.
Okay. I
Hooray.
Successfully made something, and I made it protected, but the people who are spying know I'm doing it.
Yep, they know you're doing it, and they know that it will be you when they find it. So that's a very much hope you don't get caught kind of role. Anyway, Gervald, what are you up to, buddy?
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Well, I'm not exactly sure what I can do right now.
It's your hometown, bud.
Maybe you can distract some officers, call for some favors, I don't know.
Well,
Go
I
play
was
b-ball in the streets.
Yeah,
I
go
was
get a
gonna-
drink with the boys, you know?
I think gathering information might be the most important thing for you, especially since this is your home turf. You would probably know where to find things. I would be willing to give boost dice to streetwise checks and such.
Okay, so I was initially gonna look at the hangars, but I just never got an opportunity to. But since that's no longer being a thing, what information would even be worth it?
Well, if the Letnev Union is who has the ship, it might be worth it to find where they hide out. Surely somebody here has heard of them. Surely their organization, if it reached as far as the Nomads planet, must have some sort of presence here.
I think the Letnet mercenary corps, the fact that they rose meteorically, kind of is suspicious. So I think I only want to investigate there then.
Okay, gather information about the Letnet Mercenary Corps. I'm going to say that's probably not streetwise. I'm going to say that that's going to be a culture check. Knowledge culture.
Oh boy.
I will still give you, I'll say 2 boost dice for this.
Okay.
And I will set the difficulty at 2. I think this is average. They're a pretty well-known company.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna roll it.
Okay. 1 strain. You had to walk up a lot of stairs to get here. You got a success. You'd think they'd have elevators. It was down.
Damn meritocracies and their stairs.
Just like our forefathers envisioned it, up
You-
and down, both ways.
Mhm.
You
During-
had
during
to,
winter,
as they
perpetual
say,
winter.
climb the corporate ladder to get this information. And yeah, that's a success. There's no... Interesting. Okay. You find out about LetNet. LetNet was a small cybersecurity company. They have since risen in power, and now they own a entire security business, including mercenary outfitting and weapons like construction and distribution. They work closely with the Stellar Research Institute, as well as the trade organizations. But the SRI specifically trades with them security for research technology. These guys are extremely high tech and have a robust security network that operates throughout the city of Farouk, rivaling that of even the barony itself. That is the information that you gather from around town about LetNet, although you had to go to the second level to learn all this.
I feel like there's a. I guess if anything's going, because it's a Mercor, is probably involved with the Union arming, and is there any avenue to investigate through there, or maybe okay, with the vault thing is very important. Probably personnel are being moved toward as a security force. Is that even a possibility that I can investigate?
Yeah, that would probably be super secret, but you might be able to observe it from an external way.
How about the absence, like the conspicuous absence of a certain area? Because like that could also provide for idea for like it's like oh they're trying to make sure they're staying away. Have to get the appearance of staying away.
I'm gonna say again, their movements are probably classified,
Scared.
though it would be difficult, but you might be able to access their information using your reputation, but maybe not. Your reputation is iffy here.
Mm-hmm.
Not recommended, but I would allow you to roll for it.
The pivotal not recommended, but roll for it. Okay,
Yeah.
you know what? I got nothing else better to do, so I guess I'll roll for it, whatever it is.
Yeah.
All right.
What do I roll for it?
This is going to be a daunting leadership check, which is difficulty 5.
Okay, I'm also going to put a story point to it.
Okay, I am applying an upgrade.
And then the leadership. Okay, I'm gonna roll it.
Holy moly! So that's
He's
a success.
Still making it work somehow.
Hmm.
Everybody's just always sweaty. We got a sweaty crew.
Yeah, you got a real sweaty crew. Okay.
There's a lot of thread that can be added, and I kind of suspected this happening.
All right. You have succeeded in learning things. You have succeeded in learning things. So, you have learned from walking around and kind of... Actually, I'll ask you. Are you trying to impress your leadership upon LetNet, or are you trying to do it within the barony? This will affect the outcome.
Okay. I would say within the barony, because I trust them more.
Okay, so you're going to the barony and asking them about LetNet's activities. Surely they would have to go through there at some point.
Yeah, they can't just let Mercenary Corps just operate independently with no supervision.
All right. I'll say that LetNet just got security approval for a recent jorb. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to say that they are organizing a job. They are being pushed away from the vault necessarily. They are instead focusing their efforts on organized crime. When pressed about this, your inferiors in Gridhold reveal to you that there is a sort of there is a crime organization that operates out of the Quan Belt. They are calling themselves the Cobalt Fang, which I will put in there. The Cobalt Fang is an organized crime unit, as opposed to the organized crime unit at LetNet that investigates these. But this criminal organization has been aiding and abetting the Letnev Union, but they can't prove anything, and they can't really move in on them in any legal way that's useful. So they are seemingly organizing and ramping up the surveillance of this criminal enterprise. Under orders from the Baron themselves.
Okay. Okay, so I guess since they're an organized crime unit, I want to ask for what kind of investigations they're looking into. Like smuggling, open terrorism, like what kind of illegal activity?
Illegal experiments, genetic experiments.
They let you know that although the specific activities and investigations are classified, or they can't access them potentially because they're directly with LetNet, they're going to tell you that they mostly run protection rackets for their income, as well as laying off of shipments of things. It's wondered if they potentially have allies with the Mentak or other independent pirates, that are outside of the outside of Arc Prime themselves. They seem bigger than their britches, which is why they're hesitant on moving in on them directly without an airtight legal defense. And I'm gonna spend a story point back at you.
Womp
Womp womp, indeed. And I'm going to say that while you're sniffing around, hey, Brosif. Commander Gervolt Rondasarkrai, my fifth. What brings you to Gridhold? And technically this is happening in Gridhold, so we'll put you on either side of the security center. So you can stare at each other menacingly from across the street.
Okay. I believe there are some foul activities involved, and I was curious of what has changed around here. The London Security Center is certainly a big change, and I have heard some words from Dregs down below that Union activity is on the rise, and I was a bit concerned, I must admit.
Admiral Ralowin Kirith Arkrai kind of holds up his hand and says, "That is not of your concern. I am handling things. This is, after all, my city. And, notably, not your jurisdiction. I did tell you to cause no trouble. That includes independent investigations. Are your friends still in the room?"
Oh, in the room? I was like, no, I believe they're scattered to, they're being tourists.
Interesting. Well, they've attended some tourist locations, to be sure. The museum, at least. We'll make sure that they don't travel too far beyond that. I'll let you know that the Simfen have their eyes on you and your compatriots.
I should hope so.
I know you would
well.
expect none less of your older brother. I am just protecting the security of my city. After all, we don't want to risk another sibling dying on your watch.
Yes. I have no other words to say.
Very well. I think you're done here. The Admiral nods to whoever you were talking to, who frighteningly goes back to work. That will be all. You're dismissed. He smirks.
Well, I better get down here.
Your brother sucks.
He does. Nobody's tried to
So
get anything out of him, so we haven't really done any like checks, like social encounters yet. But yes, he
Right.
does suck.
We need to have like a 5-on-1 like social encounter boss battle.
And the thing is, like,
Turns into like
when
one of those
that's-
Danganronpa battles.
When that doesn't work, I'll be in the corner with a sniper rifle. Don't worry about it.
That's all right. That's
Perfect.
right.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Zaldenrock is Fee.
at this point, like, I'll just take any abuse from my brother. So like, there's like, in terms of social encounter,
Right.
despite the fact that I'm built for it, I will be zero help.
You just grin and bear it. Yeah.
I am highly disciplined. I am the tank of our social encounter.
Just
Hurt me.
just- you can hear his teeth grinding. Yes, brother. No, you're right.
I do love the idea that you can have like a social tank and a social DPS. Thraz
Yeah.
is your social DPS, FYI.
I know what I hate
The
it.
social DPS is this. No, I believe my boyfriend said no pickles.
Yeah.
The social tank is just Luigi.
No. Yeah, no, fuck Thras. He sits on the ship.
Do Lazacs regrow their teeth? Because yours gotta be all broken up by now.
Especially with the
Lazax is
Z-tabs.
Right.
the board race.
Yeah.
Getting all my species mixed up.
Yeah, actually, it's cultural. If you haven't regrown all of your molars by the age of 22, then you're considered a failure.
All right.
It's just expected.
So, you guys have learned some things. You've learned
Yes.
that there is a crime organization called the Cobalt Fang. You've learned that there's a corporation called LetNet that controls security and cybersecurity in Farouk. There's also the Union. There's also the Barony at play. What would you guys like to do? Would you
Just
like to
as
gather
a
more
note to-
information on any of these?
As a note to catch everyone up, we also know the location of the vault is in the Simod Vines, or the Simod Mines.
Cymok Mines. I will also give you prior knowledge that Cymok is a important crystal export.
So it's probably in the. If we go anywhere near there, we're gonna get security shoved up our butt.
Probably. It's used primarily in weaponry.
Oh,
It-
good.
It adds mechanically. You can. It's like sprinkling diamonds on a blade. It adds a vicious 2 or something to the weapon. or increases its
Okay.
vicious
Oh,
value.
those. I know that.
Japanese folded steel.
If applied
Glitter.
to like projectiles, it would presumably cause incalculable damage from the shrapnel. That's how their weapons are so destructive.
It will cause incalculable damage plus vicious 20. Provides a strictly calculable number.
All right. I think I might get more water and say that Raz returns. He's off of timeout.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's time to plan our approach.
Yeah, I think that's maybe something. You could probably still gather a bit more information. You've just learned about these factions, so maybe like a check or two to figure those out, depending on which one you might want to investigate and go after. Or you could go directly to the vault is another option. I'm going to get more water, so I'm going to BRB. I'll mute myself while I'm BRBing.
I guess we're just divulging information we feel like sharing then.
Yeah.
When we meet back up again. I'll let everybody know I got my little transmitter thumb drive thing set up for when we get close to the vault to use on whatever security they got.
Nice.
And I'm going to just bluntly say that they have eyes on us, so
yeah.
tread carefully.
Nolly's going to share any information he learned from the, like, historically about the Lazax Vault from the museum.
I'm going to turn to Gervalt and say, I kind of got the feeling that you're not on the best terms with your brother. How are you going to be once we have to book it? Because I don't see any way other than fleeing if we have to steal that cargo. And it's probably not going to put you in the best light.
Okay, I'm back.
Well,
What were we
I
talking about?
mean, I wasn't kind of honestly, I was kind of hoping that this entire thing would be a wash. That it may in order to be frank with you, I kind of thought this was going to be a wash, and I sort of wished it was a wash.
I mean, no disrespect, but if you're the captain, we kind of need your, approval for how we want to approach this. If you aren't thinking of how we're going to get out of this, it's going to make things a lot more difficult.
Highest priority is securing the contents of the Lazax Vault. And so ensuring that we have adequate escape parameters is the way we should proceed.
Well, we have the ship, but there's still going to be a bunch of naval blockades and such that's going to be making the escape difficult, and we can't go further in. So
We also
I
do not know
personally
what is in the vault.
yeah,
That's
I
right.
personally like it's not ideal, but okay, you know what? We need to work. I don't know how much time we have, but the thing that we need to work on. I need someone to work on that escape pod. I need that thing rigged up with a cargo, and I need a transmitter. I need a signal transmitter on that the escape pod attached to the cargo. Because we need. My thinking is this: that'll be our false decoy that we can use to escape. Hopefully.
Yeah. Contents of the vault cannot be accounted for. Therefore, we must assume that they are the worst case possible, therefore the largest possible
Exactly.
payload to escort out.
We do have a hauler vehicle. We did rent that out, so we do have that of our own. But in terms of the ship, because our ship is complete garbage.
Hey, it is not garbage. It is, in fact, rather spacious.
Yes,
Could-
it is a
it-
decent amount of garbage.
It's spacious garbage.
All right. I will take the offense. But I should say it's at least lighter a few dozen crates, so there's that. Apparently these guys are thirsty for that hot moss. I was able to move those things pretty easily. Made a few contacts here. Very
Sideways
nice people.
comment acknowledged.
What's wrong with her?
Don't worry about it for now. I'm keeping
You're
an
right.
eye out.
I don't care. So, apparently the people in charge here are the Cobalt Fang, some sort of strange evil specter of mafiosos. But don't really know how far they reach. I just know that many of the underbellies here have known about them. And apparently they're being investigated by LetNet, but I know nothing of them. I just know that I see their symbols everywhere. A little L with like an orbit around it.
So, working on the escape pod would be, I guess, a good usage of time. I think I kind of want to get an eye. Either we either get there to kind of see when it like is open, but I don't know how we shake the security.
Well, we have an infiltration expert.
I feel like the best way to take it. Well, okay. I think Sin should try to investigate the area and scatter it out and just see if we can actively take it there, or we need to do a hijack on the mid transport. I think we need to decide on that first.
I think I should go with Sin this time. I don't let them
agree.
go alone.
Okay.
Yes, Zoldenrock, we should go together. It was.
Yes.
I didn't like being alone last time.
No. Not ideal.
Alright, at the first
yes.
time of travel, I need both of you guys to book it and make sure to report the status of the.
We will report it.
I'm going with them.
Nolly, one of you guys, I have this device and I produce the thingy. Don't necessarily put it in, but, just have it on you in case it needs to be put in.
Wait, where am I putting it?
What does it do?
It can hack into the security system to at least send a transmitter, so I'd be able to, depending on how deep I can get, I could at least, maybe get visuals, depends on what they got. For now, just hold on to it in case I need you to install it somewhere.
Insert it into the USB and it just does everything automatically.
Yeah, it's like a droid in Star
Wars. Like the
Wars.
movies.
I think it's more of a transmitter, but yeah. I'm hacking onto their Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to say that this is probably going to be the score. You're going to surveil the vault.
Yes.
Do we want to do that?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I would like to do, yeah.
Yeah, we need to see what's in the vault in the first place anyway.
Okay. This is presumably going to be... You guys don't necessarily know, like, if the vault is under anybody's control. You're not infiltrating a specific faction. So, for now...
I would have figured that the Letnev would actually, if it's a sort of monument almost thing, that they'd have, like, some sort of security around it.
I'm sure they have some security around it. We will call this... a barony infiltration, perhaps? Yeah, you're invading the barony's royal property. We'll call it that. I will also say that Gervault did discover that they were moving security away from the vault, under direct orders from the Baron.
Mm-hmm.
Which is of note.
They probably know about this.
And yeah, they were probably alerted that they were going to be going after this vault. Probably by a surreptitiously...
My brother made it pretty overt that all our activities were being monitored.
That is true. I walked away for a second. Did you notify them that the Simfen are watching them?
Yeah. I said everyone is keenly aware of our activities.
All right. Was the Simfen mentioned?
No, not by
so.
name. I just say the authorities are aware.
That's
So-
fair.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just general, like
Yeah,
we were being watched.
I just wanted to make sure, clarify, because then people could get knowledge checks. All right. Cool beans. So, I'm going to have you guys choose how you want to go about this. There's a few, like, cookie-cutter plans that you could choose from. Okay, I'll just post these into Discord, maybe?
Just post them.
Yeah, just post them. Put it in the TI Genesis notes. So there's a bunch of plans here, and then a detail. You guys get to choose the plan and then one detail of it. You get to invent that detail. I have changed occult to alien, FYI, for the Blades in the Dark GM in the audience.
Cast a fireball.
Yes.
That's unusual.
The details.
So there's like an assault plan, and you would get to choose your point of attack, for instance, like the front door, a back door, the roof, below in the basement or something. Deception plan, stealth plan, alien plan, which is for any other weird thing, like turning into a gas and going in the vents or something. Like, that could be considered maybe an alien plan, or maybe teleportation, or maybe something technologically
I
advanced.
can't do that yet.
And just
We got
for
social
additional-
plan and transport plan as well.
And just for additional clarification, this is all for basically like when you choose the plan, we will snap to in media res. You are in the middle of doing that plan.
Yep. We are not
All
going
the
to do
prep
any
work-
prep work except for stuff that's been already mentioned.
Yeah, that will all be done versus like story point flashbacks. It's just we will be snap cut to in the middle of the plan you guys choose.
I'm
Okay.
gonna
Okay.
say it again, Gervalt. How illegal do you want to be? Because we could do a few things.
Well, say those few things.
We have a transporter, and they have the access to the key. What if we bring the transporter and forge documents and get close by?
Yeah, so like for context, we know there is a highly advanced network, like information oriented corporation in the Lednev. Do we want to try to do some discrete hacking oriented operation? Do we want to do a physical infiltration oriented operation?
Some
sounds
forgeries
like
and
there's-
bureaucratic manipulation.
Sounds like there's a bit of infiltration because you want to place the thumb drive.
Yeah.
Okay, so-
Maybe-
perhaps
and maybe more on
stalk
the
out
orient-
the.
I guess the question I'm having is this: Are we doing the robbery right now, or are we scouting? Because
It sounds like surveillance, so I would suggest a stealth plan.
Yeah, I think we're
I would
not
love that.
I think it's not a smash and grab. I think it is maybe a little bit of prior infiltration, but just like generally stealthy approach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Agreed.
So I guess the question I'm having is still like, are we actually robbing the thing right now?
Doesn't sound like it.
Okay, because at that point, I believe that Zoldenrock and Sin should just scout it out and figure out. We could go from there, and after that, we can formulate a better plan. Like, because if it's just gonna be like an entire like a platoon of like Lednev like union members, there's no point of us doing an attack. We do a different type of attack.
Well,
So-
to be
Well,
fair,
yeah, that's
I don't
just-
think we have the opportunity of scout it out and then wait a little bit for the next assault. I think it's scout it out and then make a decision.
I don't see the difference between them. It's just different time frame.
I guess. Yeah, no, that's fair. I think my assessment is we don't have the time frame to scout it out and then assault later.
I think that that is a good assumption, and I don't think that people should be separated if you do need to do a grab while you're doing this. You don't know
Okay.
when they're going to strike or perhaps open the vault.
Yeah.
So
I
it
think we
might
should-
be
we should
good to
scout.
travel together.
Yeah,
Or at
we should
least-
scout and be ready to either do a stealthy operation or a smash and grab.
So my suggestion is we have the stealth group go forward, and we have an excuse to take the transporter and the ship close by to basically intervene if necessary.
And you could do that in your planned approach. What is your point of infiltration? This, for context, is a vault that resides in an abandoned mining facility turned monument. It has a light guard that has been deliberately lessened in light of the Union intervention. The facility, though, is what you might expect for a mining facility. Like, maybe there's a fence. Maybe there's like a guard. There's maybe some buildings. There's maybe some tunnels. There's maybe some large structures for refining or storing like ores and minerals. and obviously there's a huge ass vault.
Is there enough
I mean-
space inside the tunnels of the mines to basically, get lost, take a whole vehicle, that sort of thing? Like, could we, get ourselves hidden in there?
I mean, I was going to say, given our extensive interactions with the Union, could we pose as Union members?
That could be risky.
Because we're not
Because
Letnev.
also
Right.
when I say Union members, I don't mean mining union. I mean the terrorist organization known as the Letnev
Right.
Union.
It's the IRA.
I mean, the Letnev Union, certainly it would be out of their means of operation to hire mercenaries.
But you know what? What might be plausible if I could
I would be happy to spend a story point on this.
actually, I was gonna say Thraz could just hop in because I was gonna talk to you as the DM, but that's what Thraz is for, and Shepard today. But I think it might be more prompt coming from Thraz. Thraz says, "Well, you know what? There's supposed to be lightning security there, but maybe they could just be changing out the guard. Maybe they got new orders." Maybe we pose as Letnet.
Yeah, in any given military organization, there are points of changing over the guard.
And surely there's got to be confusion between, like, Barony Guard and Letnet Guard, whatever. Like, federal and state police or whatever.
I would support this potential confusion over guard parameters.
It would have an excuse to possibly even bring equipment, i.e. the ship and the hauler.
Even the hauler, yes. And those tunnels are probably big enough to carry out, like, huge crawlers of ore.
So we could lay low there or find an escape route through it. So I say, yeah, we bring in the stuff and head to the tunnels once we're cleared.
Okay. You guys want the pose as security? And let's do that. Okay.
The only other issue is getting out of here since we're being kind of monitored.
You know
We need
what?
that come with an excuse.
I don't think that you need to worry about it. Because the point of this is we're not going to plan.
All right.
Okay. We're going to roll for engagement. This is a bit different than the Blades in the Dark roll because normally it's just D6s in that one and there's no opposed pool. So I've invented a new one. It's going to start as 1 yellow die versus 1 red die. So, you guys have been doing some information gathering this whole time. And I'm going to say that you know some of the motivations of the Letnev. I've given them faction motivations, kind of. You know that Letnet has technology and communications as their, like, security means. That is a minor thing, so I'm going to give you +1 green die. Then for the Union, you do know that they are highly resolved to like destabilize the barony because people are upset with them. So I'm going to give you another green die for that. Let's see. Because of the major amount of threat that was generated by Gervalt when he was gaining information on the Letnev, they revealed
I'm sorry.
they revealed the true goal of your stay here. They now know that you are intending to interfere with this vault specifically. So I'm going to give the enemy side a red die,
I'm sorry, guys.
which is fairly even. You guys haven't gotten any help from other factions. Guys don't really have any...
Nomad owes us a big favor after this bullshit.
I'm going to give you a boost die as well, because you did one thing that would probably be considered a flashback ahead of time in making that transmitter. So I'm going to say you're like almost a little over-prepared.
It's useful for other things. That's why it was nice.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that this is going to be the pool. You guys have 2 green die, 1 yellow die, 1 boost die. The enemy pool is 1 purple die, 2 red die. So let's get our engagement going. Okay.
Right.
How do we read this? This is something I did not
Bad.
intuit.
Threat and advantage. So nothing really happened yet. Maybe the thing hasn't happened, but we're just
No,
trying
no.
to get there.
So this kind of figures out. Help me with the words, Harrison. What is this called? I'm like scrolling up and down. It's your
sorry.
your
What was that?
position. It's your position, right?
Yes. So your position involves sort of the strength of you versus the strength of the enemy. So like if you're one person versus a crowd of enemies, you have a reduced position. Even though you might have increased skill, you have reduced position.
Okay. So I'm going to say that because you failed this check, because since the range is a bit different in this, you're either controlled, risky, or desperate. I'm gonna say you didn't like get any despairs or threats or anything, and you did get an advantage as well. So I'm gonna say you're in a risky position to start off with, and I think that makes sense. The barony's on to you, and they might have alerted Letnet as well. Okay.
Yeah, I think that works.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah,
So-
the general gist is it is yeah. No, I think you got it. Most certainly. Yeah, I think you got it.
Cool. Approval.
sorry to be non-specific. I'm just trying to process all the general information you give.
Oh, just like a basic rundown of where everybody is.
I'm getting a good grade in Blades of the Dark. So, I'm gonna ask what everybody's role is. No, don't. Okay, damn it. I scrolled out too hard and went back. Of course I did. Okay, what's everybody's role in this infiltration, this stealth mission? Like, we need things like getaway driver, guy in the chair, maybe spotter. We need the face that's going to talk to the guards, the driver. I said driver. We need
That's
roles like that.
I think I'm the spotter.
Okay.
Yep. And
That makes
Nolly's
sense.
obviously the driver.
Yep, Nolly can be driver. Yep.
Maybe Sin has the drive.
Okay.
Wait, no, I thought Nolly was a driver.
Has the
No,
thumb drive.
it's the thumb drive.
Thumb drive.
Okay.
Yes, that makes sense.
You can
Should-
be invisible.
Should Thraz or Gervault be the face? Maybe Thraz. I kind of gotta say if we're trying to be all deceptive here.
I mean, Thraz and Gervault could be a pair. The
that
tank
works
and the
probably
DPS.
really well. Yeah. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
And then we know guy in the chair.
And Shepard's
Yeah.
the muscle. Where should Shepard be?
Probably with the transport, maybe.
In the truck.
Ooh, in the truck. Good idea. That's a
Yeah.
great place to be. How about Nolly?
Nolly was the driver, wasn't she?
Nolly's the driver.
Nolly's the driver. Got it.
Right.
Got it.
Yep.
Let me grab the hauler from the other screen. I'll just be a second. And where's Yara? Even though I'm presuming guy in the chair. But where
Yeah.
is Yara?
Probably in the hauler.
Okay. Like in the back of the hauler with like a computer in hand.
Yeah.
Awesome. I can feel it. Can you feel it?
Yeah, I could see
Ooh,
this.
baby.
This is the Ocean 11's
Can you
thing where they do
Yeah,
the, they do
well,
a
we're about
montage
to
of
feel
everything
it,
coming
so-
out.
Unboss. Oh.
Heist. Go.
Okay, I'm just resetting the stuff on the hauler. Nope. Don't move the hauler.
Sorry. Didn't realize I only went underneath it.
Oh my god. Keeps covering the fucking rotation device.
Did download it?
Yeah, I did.
He did.
Give me a
course I
second.
Like, I
did.
know this beat.
I said I got crime jazz.
Okay.
Okay. I finally was able to grab the hauler and freaking rotate it because the device was like underneath the token thing. So we got Nolly in the front. We'll send this to back. We got these two guys in the front seat. We got these guys in the back seat. Zaldenrock and Sin are maybe on the back of the hauler, waiting to get out of the hauler. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah, we'll put them like here. You guys are like giving each other thumbs up, synchronizing your watches, testing out your comm system, making sure that it's on a secured loop, trying to keep the surveillance off of you guys.
Zaldenrock showed me how to shoot a pistol, which is why I now have proficiency in it.
Perfect.
Point and pull the trigger.
All right,
You guys
guess
make
this
it.
is why it's called basic training.
You guys make it to the front of the mining facility. It is kind of separated from the rest of the city. It's off in the boonies. You head through a tunnel for like maybe a half hour or so. The hangar, like, you can hear distant rumblings of the hangars on either side of you through this tunnel. You approach the entryway. Gervalt and Thraz are at the front with Nolly. There is perhaps a set of Letnev guards that come out to approach you guys. Halt! What are you guys doing here?
We got mining work to do, don't we?
Raz, it's you.
Of course. Well, we are members of the Letnet Security Mercenary Corps. I'm of course a mercenary. This is my my superior. Your name is Chris is bad at this, but
Gervalt, make up a quick fake name real quick.
Revolt Gondas.
Perfect.
his name is Revolt Gondis Cryer.
He does cry a lot.
Gervalt kind of squints. All right, let's attempt this then. So, let's do. How do I navigate a player sheet? Okay, we're deceiving. We are deceiving. Braz has 4. Was the GM guide really? Okay.
Can I count as assisting just because I'm corroborating whatever he's saying?
Of course. If anything, you can just grunt and like nod at him, and that is considered assistance.
That's all I do today. Just grunt and nod.
All right. I'm going to use a GM story point. This is also going to be a exercise. Not only am I refilling your story point pool a bit, but any time that you have wanted to prepare something, you can spend a story point to enact a flashback. The only thing you can't do is retroactively change something that has already happened. Like, if somebody takes a wound, you can't say, I flash back and actually, I didn't get hurt. Like-
I am laser vest.
Basically,
Could
yeah,
you?
basically you can't undo anything that has already happened with your flashback.
Yeah, but I'm about to use it here. So,
Except if you're the GM.
unless you're the GM, sure. So the guards come up and you know, Braz gives his fake names and his fake reason for being here, and gives a little smirk. The guards look at each other and be like, "Yeah, well, we're not letting anybody through without ID." Thraz spends a story point and says, "Of course, we have IDs right here," and pulls out an ID and asks for Gervalt's ID, and then kind of pretends that he's taking one off of Gervalt's like pocket or something and hands them over.
Mm-hmm.
And don't worry, the kid's just a driver. A driver with a permit, of course. And we will say that Thraz got these IDs created earlier with his new contacts that he made in the entertainment sector. So now,
Forging them documents.
So now we're going to... I'm going to upgrade the check using this story point. But we are going to do a deception check. With boost and all that other stuff applied.
Nice.
Oh yeah. That's pretty good.
This nice.
It's all coming together.
It's all coming together. Raz kind of sweats a little. He kind of assures Gervalt as he gets handed back the IDs. All clear, let him through. Oh, hold on, we gotta inspect your cargo. If there's anything illegal in there. Also, I
Finn
will...
hides behind the Titan that has a cargo sticker on it.
Of course. Gervalt, I'm also going to allow Thraz's roll to recover one of your strain.
All right, sounds good.
He assures you that everything's going to be okay, in spite of what has just been told. Does somebody else want to do a check?
I mean, if they're going to inspect the cargo, we don't have anything except space and 2 people with guns. 4 people with guns.
4 people with guns.
Which is
Sure.
fine for security.
Well, and I mean, could Nolly like intimidate with her Veribui exo arms?
I mean, we got a bunch of equipment that mercenaries would have.
To what end?
Yeah.
You could also threaten and say that you're already late for the shift and you don't want to delay things.
I was gonna say, yeah, like because the whole gist is we're sort of like mercenaries, I guess, in a way.
So, yeah,
hired
which
for
social
this.
skill would be good for this? Because what would that fall under if we're kind of like just trying to be threatening? Like, yeah, we got our
Probably
stuff, let's go.
coercion,
That's
right?
Still coercion, I'd assume.
So
Yeah.
who's good at coercion?
Well,
How
Nolly
are
could
they?
use anything for it if they use a story point.
That's correct. Yes.
Okay,
Okay. I'm going
So
to...
if we're going that way,
that works fine if you want to do it. Because I don't. My coercion's only 3, and
Yeah.
I'm
Why
not.
Nolly wants
It
to
still
do
gives
rolls
me-
anyway to get the opportunity to get a triumph.
exactly.
That's good.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
Difficulty is
Everybody
set.
poses. Can
right.
we say we're aiding if we're also trying to be a little intimidating? Maybe.
They
'Cause
don't want them to
I'm-
check the back.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna
this is just
use-
Nolly.
Yeah. My alternative skill is going to be brawl for this.
Okay.
All right. I will roll.
There you
Alright.
go.
Yep.
There's that triumph. Does
Good
that?
job.
I believe that sucks up 2 GM juices from me.
That's correct. The triumph moves 2 story points over to us, but it's only going to move 1 total because I spent 1 to use it.
Ah. Okay. Well, spend 1 back to me.
Yeah.
All right.
So
So
we gained 1.
yeah, those are successes.
And listen, I only get 1 chance a session to use this, so I may as well use it.
I am absolutely not denying that at all.
And I got 2 successes anyway, so.
Okay. I'm gonna say that because of the threats, the next character that acts is going to get a setback die. I'm just gonna lock
Okay.
that in ahead of time in my GM sheet. All right. But you did succeed. Like you start getting like almost tantrum level. Like we're gonna be really late. I'm gonna like lose my job with LetNet. Do you want me to lose my job with LetNet? Do you, pointing with the Veribui, want me to lose my job? Clanking the metal against like your dashboard. The guard's like, look, it's all fine. It's marked LetNet and everything, so just head him on through.
Yeah, Nolly kind of like grips the console and bends the middle a little bit as she like grabs tightly with the Veribui, like, listen, one of us losing their job is going to be a little bit more detrimental than the other.
I'm just like, hey, that's company property. I'm just gonna chime in the back.
We've talked to you about your anger, Nicholas. Another human girl name. All right, you can head on through. They led you past the point there, the checkpoint there. That's fun. Anyway, that's a clock.
All right.
Anyway, I'm going to kind of push it up by 1 little click. These are the threats that you got. But it's fine. They're just a
Is there
little.
any way to? There's no way to remove clock time.
I'm sure this is.
We'll see.
No. Clock type only goes up.
We'll see.
That's why it's publicly visible.
What should we call this? We'll just call this clock heat again, even though it's not the Blades in the Dark heat. It's just how hot you are in this current situation that you're in.
Yeah, I think it still applies. It's how noticeable your crime is.
All right. You head in and find the nearest elevator to get the hauler up to the vault level. There's 2 levels that you need to go up because you're on this level. And you need to get to this level. See that? Awesome. Fantastic.
Yep.
You make your way down past a bunch of strange facilities. You can hear the distant echoing of mining equipment that's operational far below. You see that there are some security guards, and one of them is flagging you down. Driver, what do you do? Oh, driver is BRB'd. Gervald, what do you command the driver to do?
I was like, well, we already got. Okay, so whoever's checking, is a guy armed or what does it look like?
Oh yeah, could we do perception to just see if that guy looks legit?
That's valid. I don't think I'll do a check yet. You could probably do a check if you engage with them. I will say that they are armed. They have a heavy weapon with them, and they are armored. They appear to be a guard of some sort.
Okay, you know what? It's probably a good idea to slow down then. Let's not start a fight before the vault even opens.
I agree. That's a better idea. Be discreet.
Giggity. All right. You go to them. This dude flags you down and says, "Hey, where are you going with that equipment?"
We're gonna go to the mining location. We were told to secure the perimeter. We're kind of running late as is, and that guy let us through. So, what's the holdup?
Can we do perception now?
Yeah. I will allow a perception check. Hold on. I did say that I would apply a setback to this, so I will do so. And your roll is set to go.
Would I benefit from my familiar? Because it would be with me.
No.
No.
No. It's mostly for proximity.
Okay.
Oh my.
That's a weird one.
Huh.
All right. So you succeeded. This person is definitely not Letnet. They appear to be under the guise of one, but Gervalt is able to verify that their uniform is out of date.
Okay, do coercion.
You also got a despair. Kind of need to parse that.
I mean, him being part of that is kind of related.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to use the basic despair, which is I'm going to upgrade the next person's check difficulty. So, who wants it?
Okay, it's I'm just gonna listen, buddy. We all know what we're exactly here for, so I'm just gonna do a hand wave, is look. I get what you're putting down. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, type of deal.
Okay, so you're pivoting.
Yeah, and the one thing that is definitely clear is that we are kind of behind schedule. So I know you're trying to fit in, but we are actually kind of behind schedule.
Okay. I'm going to, also from that despair, increase your heat a little bit.
That's a lot of heat.
It is. And I'm going to upgrade the difficulty, which turns this into 2 reds instead of purple red. So, I'm gonna need you to make a deception check.
All right, I'm gonna spend a story point to boost it because there's no way in hell I'm gonna make it.
All right, I'm upgrading your check.
I mean, could it? Is your coercion better? Because that almost could be like a sort of taken as a sort of threat. You know.
No, this is deception.
Mm.
Coercion needs to be able to like get out of the way or else. But
I
I'm
mean,
not
that's
doing-
kind of what it was when you're saying we're part of the same thing. Let us go, or else there'll be repercussions.
that's a lie. That's deception.
The threat portion makes it kind of coercion.
Yeah, I might accept either one for that.
Okay, you
If
accept
you
coercion
if
then?
you want to do it for coercion, I would say that you'd have to, assume that your character is going more heavy on that and saying like, hey, you want to be responsible if the boss, doesn't secure this location.
All right, yeah. I guess I'll put it more forcefully.
Okay, then you are all set to go.
Whew.
Hey, thank goodness for your Letnev heritage there. 2 advantage and a success.
I was pretty sure your coercion was better, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. We'll give a boost to your next check. I think that's the best one for this.
Okay.
To any ally's next check. So you can actually choose when to apply this. All right. The guard kind of backs down and goes, understood. There should be an elevator off that way.
Thanks,
And,
buddy. I'm
Uh,
gonna lighten up.
yeah. Thanks, buddy. Some other people
Somebody
come to like
take
talk
a-
to this guy and he just like waves them off like, no, it's fine.
Do we have any way of recording his face as we're leaving?
Recording his face. Interesting.
We
no.
know he's not supposed to be there. Okay.
You can make note of his face, but you don't really have like a photography thing in the front of the car.
Some cars have cameras. Could I use a
That's
story
right.
point to say
This
how
is a
the
hauler,
camera-
not a car.
You could use a story point if you intended to take photos with the car. I will
Or just
happily
video
eat that
of it.
story point.
I don't see the benefit of this.
I don't
Alright.
either, but
Okay.
like where did you want to go with that?
Never mind.
Okay.
This
Like
is sort of a backup thing.
okay. Yeah, I didn't like if you tell me the like intent of it, I'm definitely on your side. I just didn't see it. Anyway,
It was more so part of my idea was later we could kind of what is it? The Letnev and the Union are 2 different groups. We could basically sick the Letnev on this guy type thing, or any other peoples we see that we know aren't supposed to be there either. That's why possibly having like some visual recording of certain peoples would be useful later.
Yeah, that might require some deception.
It's more like basically having a little bit of an awkward sort of blackmailing possibility
See.
later.
Have like
Oh.
a badge with his name on it we can remember or something.
that's possible. The 3 people in the front can definitely remember their name. Perhaps Gervalt used it in his coercion.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I was like, listen here, Mister.
Mr. Squints,
Long name.
Gwen Cabalan Lassir. Do you want your superiors to hear about this?
Don't have a lot of honors, do you?
I just used one of my names. I gotta make sure that I take note of that. Okay, their note has been added to the record.
name.
Well, they all have 3-part names. All right, you guys make it to the elevator and start heading your way up. As you make it to the top of the elevator, you enter in a much more open area. There isn't a lot of security on this floor. There's not a lot of people walking around either. You guys decide maybe to vacate the hauler at this point.
All right. Nolly, keep the engine running.
Yeah. Nolly hops into the driver's seat.
I mean, they were, right?
Well, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
You hop
she
up and down
stays
back in.
in the driver's seat. She, right. She hops within the driver's seat.
She likes to bounce around. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Sin Zaldenrock you guys have the duty to get to the vault. Raz and Gervault, you guys might want to run distraction here. Perhaps use the Hauler's presence to draw people away from Sin and Zaldenrock's activities. There's also a minor facility here. Yara might be able to make use of that, and Shepard could at least be here for backup for you guys.
Shepard should definitely hide in the hauler.
That's fair. They draw attention. I will be our trump card.
Okay, I think Thraz and I should probably split just to like divert direction from any prying eyes, and then Yara should head to the office.
Alright, I can at least open a computer and see what I can find. Try and bullshit my way. I'm a little good good at deception.
Alright.
Could we say Thraz had given me a fake... Could we say we have all fake IDs just as a backup?
We all have
Yeah,
it, right?
everybody has fake IDs. And
Okay.
disguises. Sure.
Alright.
Yeah, because this was your approach. We'll say that the approach was risky. I did forget that I made this a risky approach. This doesn't sound risky at all. You guys just waltzed right on in.
I mean, it was pretty
if we failed,
risky.
we would have been shot.
Yeah.
Sure. That's fine. Let's have Yara go... There's like a tiny building on the map here. We'll say that Yara goes here.
Not for nothing, they also know we're here. It's not to say we were stealthy about this in some other ways. So this is a risky approach.
Sure. Is one of you going with Yara, perhaps? Or...
I will go with Yara just so that they can have official like entrance.
Sure.
I will
Okay.
introduce Yara as the engineer technician. So
Alright.
let them do
I'm
it.
here to look at the logistics of the mine.
We're here to lay down some new HTML.
Yeah,
They're
of course.
My boss doesn't know what he's talking about, but I need to check your systems.
laying in Web 7.
And did you say Thraz wanted Thraz to go a different way, or come with you guys?
No, I want Thraz on a different. Like if you're in a crowd, we draw attention. Like I want the distraction to be distracting in the multiple directions. So I think Thraz should go in the opposite way. Do whatever he feels is necessary.
Perhaps I will stay and watch the truck with Nali and Shepard. I can explain away this.
That works.
Fine.
Alright, let's say Yara, you're doing a deception check. We can have Gervault boost you, which he already applied a boost to the next check, so this is actually 2 boost dice.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Don't screw it up.
We will say that there is a computer expert in here. Fairly high intelligence, but not like training in like protocol or anything. This is going to be a formidable check.
Okay.
Let's see what you can do.
Because it's computers related, is there any boost I could do by just doing some computer mumbo jumbo?
This guy's intelligent. You're going to have to just face his difficulty.
Okay.
Excuse me, lay some HTML? I don't think you know what you're talking about, buddy. Are you sure you're here to work the
That's right.
security
That's right.
net?
He's here.
Trying
I'm
to do
just
some Web 2.0 stuff.
I'm just here. I'm just here as a pseudo guide. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna spin it.
Yeah, sorry, my boss doesn't bother learning about all this other aspects. I'm the one who works on the computers. If you just want to let me see your system, I'll let you supervise. I just want to take a look real quick.
Huh. Alright, well, if you have a LetNet ID, then I'm sure that things can work out. Why don't I help you log into the system? Kind of squints his eyes at you and brings you into the back where their computer is.
I want to spend a story point here to do something also stupid.
There are no stupid reasons for story points except for installing a front truck camera.
Hey, that's how you get insurance.
So
When
what
in
are you
court
trying
cases-
to do? What are you trying to do?
Yeah, what are you trying to do? What do you
I'm
want to
gonna
do?
say I created basically a fake. If we had fake IDs, I created a fake, basically at like I have a fake paper trail online as well.
Okay.
Credentials and stuff. I basically, made like I was able to get like a basic like fake whole
Your resume.
Yeah.
and also the other stuff.
You create a Googleable resume online.
You have a LinkedIn. You made a LinkedIn.
Yeah,
Okay.
I did that whole like fake online persona to just be like, here's all my shit.
So use a story point.
Yep.
I'm going to have this be difficulty 3 with 1 upgrade, so one of the die is red. And this is going to be a computer's check.
Okay. Are there any setback dice?
You have removed the setback dice
Cool.
because they were aware of your presence online, but you were able to remove those setbacks that were applied.
Cool. Because I basically, I catfished them.
Kind of, yeah.
Seriously?
Oh no, 2 advantages though.
Boy.
I'm in
Okay.
danger.
I'm gonna say that you've perhaps learned one of this guy's flaws, maybe. This guy seems to think highly of himself. He has a bit of a superiority complex. However, you also failed, so I'm going to increase your heat by 1. We're gonna pump this up. There's a lot of interesting information on you, but it's not really adding up. Huh. I'm gonna make a call with LetNet. Confirm this. Why don't you guys wait here? He leaves the room for a moment. Sin, Zaldenrock, let's have you guys do something.
Hell yeah.
Okie dokie.
Love
You-
to do things.
Sneaky.
Alright, you guys are heading into the next elevator up, perhaps through an access area so that you don't cause an elevator to go up and down.
Yes.
Find a different point of access.
A maintenance hatch.
Yeah, there's plenty of shafts, especially for ventilation in this area. The Letnev are famous for their ventilation. After all, they wouldn't be able to breathe under the ground here. So you guys
love to ventilate.
Yeah, they love to vent, mostly by taking it out on people. So Sin and Zaldenrock are crawling through a vent somewhere. Sin billowing some of their gas into Zaldenrock's beak. Rather obnoxious, but all part of the job. You guys make it up to the top. You see that there is a surprisingly strong military presence here, in spite of the supposed lack of security. You guys look at each other and kind of nod. These must be other Union members that are disguising themselves as LetNet. What do you guys want to do? You can invent any scenery, perhaps, that you need. I'll say that in this area, there is a small mini museum. There is a massive vault before you, on the far end of the cavern. It takes up the entire wall, and it has a massive, like, oddly shaped, like, barely Euclidean hole in the front of it that seems to be the same vague shape as the crystalline key. However, that key is nowhere in sight, I will confirm.
Can I say there's some type of maybe like not cliff, but like overlooking or cliff or some kind of platform overlooking this whole thing that I can kind of sneak up to try to get like a base of operations going?
Like
Yeah,
giant pillars and a mezzanine balcony above this temple space.
Sure, there is
Like
one.
a grand archway.
Right.
There definitely is one. You can climb up to there. I will have you do a stealth check. And we will say...
So
this
you
is-
never ask.
I thought you never asked. We'll say this is difficulty 2, but with a red. I'm going to use a GM story point as well to have upgraded this.
Oh man, can I use a story point as well to use my actual
you cannot.
ability?
If somebody
Okay,
if somebody
Oh,
uses
you
a
can't
story
do it in the
point,
same turn.
you can't use it on the same roll now.
All right.
Butts.
Rat. I don't think it's ever come up yet.
It hasn't. But
Probably because everybody knew except
Are
me.
we ready
Okay.
to roll?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Oh, I meant from just Salden Rock. So I'll just take
Oh,
Salden
Eh,
Rock.
sorry.
well,
I'll.
that's fine. Ignore all the good things. Just
Well, it's okay.
Focus on
I'll
the bad.
probably need one from Sin at some point in the future, but you are trying to get up onto the mezzanine.
yeah.
So that is a fail with 4 advantages. What can advantages get you, huh? Okay.
Move my damn wound.
I'm not sure. Let's maybe get into what happens. Actually, I'm realizing I could just give other people a boost, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
like,
here's what's
send
gonna
a
happen.
boost.
You failed your stealth roll. You climb up onto the mezzanine, and just as you climb on, there's like another tunnel that meets off with the mezzanine, and a guard immediately like picks up their gun and points it at you and says, "Hey, you weren't supposed to be here." And I'm going to say that you use your advantages to immediately disarm him. They drop their weapon. What do you want to do? Sin is beneath you guys, still in hiding.
I'd like to finish the disarm him. Can I just kind of, kick the weapon away and then finish the job and knock him out?
I mean, yeah.
It's
we
probably
can
I don't know how
just have
feasible
you,
that is, but
we can just have you do an attack. You're engaged with this person. Congratulations. This is going to be difficulty 2.
yeah.
And yeah, you can do your melee at will.
Now, is that just... I can't use like the collapsible blade I have, right? Because I'm not able to prepare it immediately and then use it.
No, you just cost some maneuver. You're already engaged though, so you don't need another maneuver.
So... melee... I think it's the same check. Oh my god!
Alright. Well, that's fun.
These purple dice are just rolling incredibly great right now.
Do you want to give them a setback or give Sin a boost?
Ah, god. Sin a boost, Sin a boost, I guess?
Sin a boost. Alright.
Yeah, the Cinnabon.
The cinnamon boost.
Okay, Sin. You see Zaldenrock has caught a little snag up there.
A fumble.
It hasn't alerted the other guards yet, but I also need to increase this heat a bit. Just one.
Oh, yeah.
But somebody saw you. If they can get enough time to yell, might get even more.
Okay, I'm gonna zip on up there and I'm gonna try and assassinate this dude.
Oh, God, I would love it.
Alright. You sneak up there using your covert skin. More eyes would be on Zaldenrock anyway, so no need to roll. Go ahead. You're gonna get in melee for this?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm using my Cruce Astral Lance, which I can quick draw as an incidental.
Alright, you are good to go.
There we go. Finally.
Astral Lance shoots out of a hidden space
And
in
story
your
point,
armor.
so I can use Lucky Strike.
Ooh, what does that do?
It adds my agility to the damage.
Fantastic. I love that for you. What is the damage of this weapon? Because it just didn't appear in the in this unique roll.
Oh, okay. Sorry, hold on. Where the fuck is it?
It would be on the next tab over for weapons.
Okay, so the damage is 3 plus 4. So
For your
total
agility.
7.
And then plus 3 for 3 successes.
Yep. So 10 damage total?
So 10 damage total. That's enough to bring this guy down in one shot.
And also, there's armor
Cold-blooded.
piercing. No big deal.
Zaldenrock, as you're
Cool.
struggling with this guy, you kind of like turn them around towards the ladder that you just ascended, and then you just see an astral lance like appear like out of the guy's chest, like maybe the lower abdomen or something, and then it just comes back out. The guy drops as his white eyes loll into the back of his head, his helmet falling off, and then you just see Sin there just shrugging. Come on, let's go.
Well,
You got to the mezzanine.
You're
then.
right.
that was good surveillance on your part.
I'm glad. Okay,
Anyway.
let's go.
All right, let's head back
One
to
shame on my part.
let's head back to Thraz and Nolly and Shepard. You guys are just kind of chilling at one point, and you guys see a large hauler heading towards the elevator that is near where Sin and Zaldenrock just left. It looks similar to the hauler that was tracked before, but you also confirm it with Sin's information. It has the same license plate as the second ship, or the second hauler that left the ship.
So this hauler is like driving by, sort of, right? Or
Yeah.
Is it like parking? Okay, it's like driving by.
It's driving by. You just see the elevator like open up and the hauler comes out. You note that there's several Letnev guards like clinging onto the sides of it and whatnot. There's probably
Cool.
like a bunch of people in there.
Could Nolly try and hop out of the driver's seat and run over to this hauler and like grab the back of it and dig her heels in and try and stop it from moving forward?
With your strength?
I don't know. It's athletics.
Okay.
I have 2 successes on athletics.
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. What about like running up to it and trying to take control of the cockpit?
Well,
I mean,
that sounds
hold
like an
on.
Indiana Jones thing, where you're climbing
Right.
inside the cockpit and trying to knock out the guy.
Yeah.
we-
Yeah.
Don't they need to open it first?
Well, they need to get to the cockpit, sure.
No, I mean, don't we need them to open the vault first? We know that the vault's even been opened.
That's true. But Nolly can do what Nolly wants.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Do you notify anybody else? Shepard's also in the back of the car.
I think to the minimum amount of detail, Nolly notes to the crew that she's going to try and take control of the opposing vehicle.
So you probably just go, "It's here. I'm gonna intercept." We're just like, "What?"
We found the hauler.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go intercept it. And then Raz is like, "Wait, what are you doing? Nolly, get back!" Damn
Yara's
it.
just like, "Wait, shit.
Yeah.
What? No, god damn."
He just like gets on his comms and says, "Shepard, get out of here. Nolly's on the move. This is highly unplannable." Understood. Shepard leaps out of the hauler through the sideway that they just created. There's a Shepard-sized hole in the side of the hauler. Shepard looks over at Thraz, who just kind of is all jittery, and then he just slumps his shoulders. Just go. He slowly follows after Shepard and Nolly. Nolly, you run up to the hauler, which had to pick up speed again after exiting the elevator. Make a athletics check. And let's call this difficulty... call it difficulty 1. It's fairly easy.
Okay. I'm going to difficulty 1 athletics check. You know what? For the sake of the story, I will use a story point just to juice this a little bit more.
Okay.
We've been having bad luck. Okay, there you go.
I don't think it's... Because you have 2 successes, I don't think it's
Right.
possible for you to
That's
fail.
right. But I was like, 3 successes. We'll see what it does. It's the end of the night.
Sure. Alright, you get success and 2 advantages. That's interesting. We'll find out what to do with those advantages in a bit.
Yep.
You succeed. You run up to the hauler, climb up onto it, and manage to throw off a few of the guys on the sides of the vehicle as you use your Viribui to climb like a monkey or like a spider like onto the truck. You then make your way to the cockpit. And now we're going to have a different kind of roll. Graz is going to shout to Shepard and say, "Hey, Nolly's making a move, distract them!" Understood. And then Shepard just starts blaring music from themselves. It's, I don't know. Let's do a...
Is it like fitting of the area, or is it like completely different?
It's Yokohama Crack House.
Okay, so
Or yeah, okay.
it is blasphemous to the Letnev.
Sure. They start running and they turn red. The Letnev immediately starts shooting at Shepard. And kind of, I'm not going to roll for Shepard actually. But let's say that Shepard effectively distracts them, and we're going to staple your advantage onto yourself. So, Nolly, you get into the cockpit. You have a boost die from yourself. This is going to be more difficult because you're now engaging with an armed guard.
Okay.
Okay. Difficulty is going to be 4. 2 of them are red.
All right. Can I spend a story point for this?
You can absolutely do so.
All right, I will do that.
Okay, hold on. Upgrade 1. You're good to go.
And this is driving?
Oh, sorry. This is... you're trying to take out a guard. So I would assume that this is some sort of brawl check or athletics.
Okay, no, brawl is fine. That makes sense.
Ooh. This makes sense. That's a success. I'll say you knock the guy out of the car. The hauler starts moving out of control, and the co-pilot is there now trying to wrest control from you. But you have also dramatically increased the heat on this. So we're going to say...
Has this become a smash and grab?
I think Nolly is about to change the rules. All of the chatter on the LetNet or Union, I guess it's Union, comms starts to go up. The guy comes out from back in the back room and says,
Oh, I was
"Hey,
about to. Hold on. I was gonna actually wonder if we got a chance before he came back.
you might have had a chance, but it would be a slim one. He's about to get news that there's intruders."
Yeah, I was gonna tell Gervalt to basically barricade the door if we're the only ones there. Who else is in the room with us?
Sure. We can definitely say that you spent a story point. Well, I guess it doesn't need a story point. We'll just say Gervalt barricades the door.
And I'm basically gonna just try and hack my brains off trying to take over their system. Because that's all we got at this point after I heard that Nolly goes. I'm like, wait, what? Shit.
Okay, we're gonna give Gervalt the option of either athletics or skullduggery.
Explain skullduggery to me. I
Thieves'
get the
tools stuff.
Ah, okay.
You either break the lock or you put a chair in front of the door and hold it.
Both are terrible, so I'm gonna go with athletics. I'm gonna use a story point because it's terrible. I have no
Understood.
links in it.
Okay, you are good to go.
Oh,
Jesus
good.
Christ.
Yikes.
Fail in 1 threat. You barricaded the door. You hear banging on the other side. Hey, you guys aren't LetNet. I'm calling the main office.
Oh, I have an idea. I barricade is like the door opens outward. That'll be the reason why I get the
Damn it.
Yeah, you barricade the door. And then the guy just opens it outward. And you just kind of like look down, kind of embarrassed, but also realize this guy's out for getting you guys in trouble. This has become a smash and grab because the heat is on. And I think that's a good place to pick it up for next time.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, Allie's gonna come in and go like, "What did you guys do?"
Or the week after.
For the week after, yes. So, yeah, the mission has gone south, but that's fine because that's
Hey,
where
we got the weenie ship back.
It always was gonna.
Yeah, and you know what? You found the thing you were looking for, and it's here now. You don't even
That's
need the
right.
thumb drive, and you even have 2 people ahead of the game in position. It just means now there's going to probably be combat.
And my assassin build works.
And your assassin build
yes.
works. You took
You
out
took
a
out a
guard.
guy one. What,
And I
so-
got to punch a guy through a wall.
the 2
And I
people
got to
who did
fail
really good
everything I
job.
did.
Now you're going to do great next session.
Allie's
I'm
going to be
very
upset
happy I
that she
have quick
missed
draw.
making a shepherd-based sized hole in something, because I know that's one of their dreams.
Just
Gervald, you're pretty good at combat, right?
No,
Oh no.
I was in the artillery corps.
No,
I'm glad I
why
took
would you
quick
think
draw.
that? All right, well, thanks for watching. Join us next time, which is going to be 2 Sundays from now, for the next session of our Genesis RPG game in the Twilight Imperium universe. It's Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and if you are at Emerald City Comic Con, be sure to check out Allie Briggs Art's booth. That's that. Let's go raid somebody. Let's see who's doing stuff. Who's doing stuff? I don't really know many of the people that are on right now, so let's find somebody doing TTRPGs that started recently. Also, I will say right now that you guys are getting 20 XP.
Yay.
Oh.
Everybody invested into combat.
Except for
that's
Sin.
it's usually my plan anyway.
Everyone, put it into combat skills.
Everybody get in the comments.
What social skills?
I
Have
feel
fun.
like I should take at least one social skill, but I'm not sure.
I have that's my dump stats.
It's something in my dump stat too.
Right, well,
we keep on finding ourselves in situations.
Combat skill.
You probably want to do deception just because you're a hacker. You're like, what are you doing?
Hacking?
Accessing the vending machine.
I find it very funny that
Fucking with the microwave.
based on picking the class that matches most to Nolly, my skills are charm and negotiation.
It's because
Like
you're an
class
innocent
skills.
child.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
You're a kid. That's the reason why. Like, if you get in trouble, you'd be like, "Aren't I a stinker?"
Aren't I a stinker?
Okay.
Punches a hole through the person.
we're gonna go raid Happy Jack's RPG because they are doing TTRPG advice, apparently. Okay, found somebody.
Cool.
Haven't had a hard time finding somebody to raid or so. Fine.
Number one advice: don't.
Oh, there's only one viewer anyway, so you know what? Maybe we don't need to raid at all. Okay, well, that's fine then. Bye, everybody.
Take care.